Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, including our largest fair ever. That's this weekend in Linwood, outside Seattle. That's 100 booths. And we have many events online. Tonight is our online awakening panel, and the theme today is Spiritualists, sharing messages from the deceased. It is mediumship. We have, there are 7 practitioners that are on the panel, and one of them just popped off of the spotlight. So I'll go find where they are. We've got someone already that's in line to ask a question. So we're going to go through and have the practitioners introduce themselves and talk about the theme. So go ahead, everyone, talk about the theme of Spiritualists sharing messages from the deceased and mediumship while you introduce yourself. And then I'll set the container, and then we'll be taking questions from the audience. It is free to be here to listen and learn, and a small price to ask a question of the panel. I will be putting information on all the practitioners in the chat. Everyone, I think, is offering, or just about everybody's offering specials tonight. So if you want to work with someone outside of the event or attend one of their events, you'll see there are specials, and they'll probably mention them as we go through during the intros. And our 7th mediumship practitioner just got here, so I got to get her back up on the spotlight too. So yeah, I'll get you back up here as soon as you have your video on, Joanna. All right, great. Well, go ahead, Susie. Go ahead and introduce yourself. You got a couple of minutes or so. Have fun.
Hi, I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing. It's great to see everybody here. I recognize a lot of names. Welcome. My website is bluelightninghealing.com. I am a channel, so I bring source through in ways to help it be relatable to you. So if you want to talk to a spirit guide or argue with an ancestor or look at past lives, I look at whatever's needed in the moment to help you shift your energy so that you can move forward in ways, like clearing out stuff or getting a different perspective on things. Let's see, I got a special, MeWe 20 for 20% off a longer session, and bluelightninghealing.com. Yeah, I covered all those spaces. I opened up to mediumship. I'll probably say like 5 years ago, and then my guides will tell me, no, you've been doing this longer. But I remember when my dad passed over, I spent a couple of years straightening out my relationship with him. So that meant I did some yelling at him and some arguing and stuff like that. And then I understand I have ancestors who are coming forward like grandparents. And while I see other people doing other things, I'm still thirsty and wanting to learn more. So I'm excited to be here on the panel and to get to a point where I can get input from folks, get input from deceased. I can certainly talk to spirit guides and use that. And I don't know, I'm excited to be here. I love doing these panels and I love having you all here. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks. Talk to you during the evening.
Thanks so much, Susie. All right, next is Tammy and then Amanda.
I'm Tammy Joyful, and I'm a conduit for divine source energy. So I share messages, healing, and guidance to help you encourage your healing process and remember who you truly are. And I love to help you live an empowered life. I do communicate with those in the unseen realms. I opened up to mediumship around 2012 through a mentorship course that I took. But also argued with people way before then and communicated with them without knowing exactly what I was doing. So I just love moving forward and helping other people. I love helping people move forward and develop their own gifts. Because I do believe we all have abilities. If we choose to practice and pursue them, that's one thing, we have to practice them. And, I'm always growing and expanding. I hope everyone is growing and expanding. I communicate with deceased loved ones. I like to, help bring awareness to their continued presence in our lives. And I like to help you learn that too. Be more, help relieve any burdens, might have, any lingering questions, things like that. My website is tammyjoyful.com. I am Tammy Joyful on social media. I do have a discount tonight of $66 for an hour, and it's 40% off. So I love to share with you tonight and for us to all just remember that we are immortal souls, you know, gifted with this human life here, and we can share it with those that are not in this human body anymore. Thanks. Have a good, talk to you soon.
Great. Thanks so much, Tammy. And next we have Amanda.
Hi, my name is Amanda Gail, and I am a multidimensional healer, a soul guide, and holistic medium. And my journey with mediumship specifically started back in 2019. And I was actually being trained to become a Reiki master. And during one of my first attunement, the world of spirit swung open the door of communication. And literally the next morning, I began to be able to speak to those on the other side. And so I always kind of joke that I was like the silver spoon was shoved in my mouth, because that was not good. The silver spoon was shoved in my mouth. And in a way that I didn't really have to develop a whole lot. And now that I look back at my path, I think, okay, well, mediumship really opened up in 2019, but my development was my life of healing my trauma and bringing back all of my disassociated parts of myself in a cohesive, harmonious manner within me. And so that raised my vibration higher and higher, as it does as we heal. And then when I began to pursue the world of spirit and pursue my passion and my purpose that I came here for, the world of spirit was just waiting open arms, like, yeah, it's about damn time. So I was really heavy into mediumship, and that was pretty much the only modality that I worked in for about a year or so. But I love to go with the flow and the inspired wisdom that comes from working with the world of spirit. And so although I absolutely adore the healing that comes from being able to connect people who are here embodied with their loved ones on the other side without bodies, my goal is always to do so in a way that enables and empowers you at a singular personal level to understand that you are spirit. And so you have communication with the world of spirit available to you. We all do. Not one of us comes down into this incarnated space that we call humanity without the ability to call home. So my work that I do on a one-on-one basis and in events is to always pointing the way back to yourself, because if you point your like your North Star as your soul or your spirit within you, it automatically has access to the spirit outside of you as well. So I can be found at mediumamandagail.com and Medium Amanda Gail on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm also offering a discount this Saturday with the MeWe Fair. After the MeWe Fair closes down, I have an event called The Journey of Healing, and that is 7:30 to 9. Tickets are originally $40, but if you use the promo code PEACOCK with all lowercase, that'll get you $10 off of that ticket price, and will allow you to kind of come and see the work that spirit does when a group of hungry, curious souls get together.
Great. Thanks so much, Amanda. All that information is in the chat, and all the practitioners' info is in the chat too. All right, next we've got, I think, Anita, and then Mary, Michelle, and Joanna.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anita, and I am here today to honor my husband who passed on last year. Before him, also my dad in 2019. So I've got half of my family on the other side. So, and I am here to give messages to the ones who left behind, because I know how incredibly hard the grieving process is. And I believe there's a way on how to carry on with the relationship, which I do with my husband. We were very close. It was a very loving, meaningful relationship, and still is. So from the beginning, it was very hard, especially the first 3 months. And then as somebody who was born with an ability, I found myself seeing him. So signs all over. We just need to open our minds to see where they are and they leave signs always and everywhere, and they are always with us. And I can tell you from firsthand. So I was born in Hungary. Also, I was born with my abilities. And throughout my 20s, I believe I got fed up with my dead-end job, and I realized that this is the gift I should carry on giving to people. So I learned from different teachers. I learned from one from a medicine man, also from a remote viewer. But I don't practice my gifts as a profession. Somehow I just kept it for myself. But because of my husband's death, I need to come out and teach people and give them help because it's so much needed. Just to show my dedication, I'm studying with the evidential psychic medium. I'm practicing with her and also doing a deep study about mediumship. And so I'm here to practice today. As I said, I don't practice it as a profession. So therefore, I charge only $15 for half an hour, but if needed, we can stay on the phone for longer. I don't restrict the time. And also I am here to help you to understand the grief process, because I can give it to you from firsthand. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Anita. And although you are a beginner professionally, you were at our training panel and you were at one of our practice circles, and I know you're very gifted as well. Well, thanks for sharing your story with people. Thanks for being here. All right, next we've got Mary, and then Michelle, and then Joanna.
Hi, I'm Mary Gleason, and I've been doing fine all day until I turn on my mic and then I choke. So I am a psychic medium who's been practicing for close to 20 years now. And I'm also a hypnotherapist, and I work with individuals to learn how to tap into their own intuition so that they have direct access to the information that comes to them. I started really doing this professionally after my father died. It's funny how this keeps leading people, the loss of a loved one. But I also got very, very sick in my own right. And when I finally just let go and said, I can't keep doing all of these things and heal, and I let go of everything, that's when spirit just like, we've got her attention. And they just threw everything at me. And it was really empowering. So I studied for 2 years with somebody on how to understand and develop these skills. And then I studied 2 years with hypnotherapy for how to go deeper with my clients. Tonight, I am offering, if you want to book something tonight, you can do so for $50 for 30 minutes. If you would like an hour-long session, which is the only thing I do, I only do 1 hour readings in my private session because I found how much time we really need. You can go to my website, which is marygleasonconsulting.com. And when you click on schedule, use the coupon code half off for your intuitive reading. But I'm really looking forward tonight to connecting you with past loved ones and spirit guides and whatever comes through for your greatest good and highest purpose.
Thanks so much, Mary. And then Michelle.
Nice. So I'm Michelle. I offer connecting with loved ones readings. Sometimes it ends up being higher self or spirit guides or angels, which I do work with angels heavily. And yeah, I particularly have always been intuitive, highly sensitive, empathic being. But my spiritual journey has only deepened as I've gotten older, and I have just been pushed to share my gifts and help awaken others, but also be a medium and a open conduit for their loved ones or the deceased loved ones, of course, and just anyone else who they're having trouble connecting to. And yes, I am offering a special of $10 off of a reading or session outside of this panel. My website for my spiritual services is not complete just yet. I do make products as well, so it's a lot to set up. But if you go to my Instagram, La Serena Michelle Creations, see there's a book now button where you could be led to bookings with me for readings, and we kind of from there you can assess what kind of reading or how long you want. So $10 off for that, and then the code is, I believe she put it in chat anyways, but it is MeWe 10 off. And yes, so that will be there. But yeah, I am glad to be here with MeWe on the panel. I find there's no other way but to use your intuition and live this way. It's not just a profession at all. It's really just a lifestyle. And I've had to do so much ancestor healing and family healing. So it's a lot. So as someone who has been through all of these things and lives this life daily, I feel like, yes, I am a great medium to help others who are either just starting or who really need help and they're having bumps in their spiritual journey. So yeah, and yeah, glad to be here with everyone and learn whatever I can from the other practitioners. So thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle and Joanna. Let's get you unmuted.
What, you can't hear me in your head? I'm just kidding.
All right. We can hear you now.
I'm Joanna Brook, and you can find me on Instagram on my blog, which is ruby.bright.heart. And I've been studying tarot since 2002, which was the tool that got my psychic development started. And in 2012, I discovered that I was able to speak with people who have died. I've worked for many years, over 13 years, in New Moon Circle and Full Moon Circle. And I learned many things from the elders in that community about creating boundaries and structures with spirit and how to create relationship with spirit. So my understanding for my practice is that if you feel called to speak with me or someone who has similar gifts, it's because someone on the other side has messages for you. They want to talk to you, and so they're guiding you to visit with us. Yeah, so I speak directly to loved ones by finding out from you what their name is and their date of birth or date. And then we have a conversation with that person. And they're often very funny and very cathartic and, can help answer questions that you have about your life or about the past. So it really is, like the other practitioners have said, it really is special work. And I feel so honored to have this gift and be able to share it with other people. And it enlivens me and revitalizes me every time that I practice. So I'm also offering a special, if you're interested, just please send me a direct message on Instagram, and I'll talk to you about scheduling a reading.
Great. Thank you so much. And I want to open the field. Practitioners, have you thought of anything else about your background or the theme that you want to share before we get started? Go ahead.
I guess I would just say, I don't think I included it. The way that I do connecting with deceased is just through a channeling. I kind of tap into your energy and usually kind of look the eyes are very telling. So kind of looking in the eyes. Every now and then somebody wants to tell me their loved one's name or maybe show a picture, which isn't really necessary. But yeah, it's just a download and a channeling for me. And it comes through a feeling. So I feel how the person is and I describe them, and they're usually my clients, they confirm everything that I'm feeling, and we just kind of go through there. But it's a channeling for me.
Great. And just one question too, and then we'll go to Tammy. How many of you on the panel are comfortable speaking with animals?
I was going to say, make sure that we
Yes.
knew that animals was part of the thing we could talk to.
I can raise my hand. I don't know how. I'm so sorry.
No, you can just do it visually, you all. Who works with animals? Okay, so yeah, so a lot of the group work with animals. Great. All right, cool. Yeah, someone's got a question about animals, so they're checking that out. Tammy, is there anything else you wanted to share? You just want to make sure we know it works with people and animals and right, all kinds of beings. All right, Susy had something, and then maybe Amanda. Go ahead, Susy.
Yeah, one of my MOs when I work with guides or with people who've crossed over or even with animals is that I'll tune into their energy and I talk to them. I have a conversation with them. I will ask them and move them along in the conversation as opposed to trying to wait there and let the energy wash over me. I'm very impatient that way. So I'll say, okay, so what do you need them to know? What does that mean? And it is really interesting as I go and get better at trusting what I get is there was one instance I was reading someone and I said, I don't want to, I get a lot of Jewish in here, and the jaw dropped and the wife slid out of the chair. So that was a big confirmation for me that I got it right. So that's what I look for in readings is to get that confirmation that I have the right person. And it's really great to be able to do that because I know it brings a lot of comfort and reassurance. And then, like in my case, when I was arguing with my dad, it helped me to resolve the relationship problems that we had. And it does count when they're over on the other side. You're still talking to them and they are still growing and they're helping you to grow further while you're still in body. So I'm looking forward to all of this. Thanks.
Thanks, Susy. Mary?
I just wanted to say it really helps me to have a first name. And if the person went by a nickname, maybe Joe for Joseph or something like that, however they're most familiar, I just find that their energy resonates more quickly if I have a first name.
All right, great. Okay, so first name. And Amanda, go ahead.
I just wanted to speaking to the animals. That's not actually something I ever tried to develop, but the more and more that I work, the more common it is to have animals come through. So I'll be practicing tonight. I actually do get to develop. We all get to continually develop, and to be able to actively go after communication with animals. It's something that usually just happens, or they just show up. I've not actually asked for them. So I'm kind of excited for the opportunity to see what comes through for me as well.
Great. All right. And Geraldine, you've got your hand up. Are you wanting to ask a question of the panel, or do you have a general question about how things work, a general question about mediumship? Did you want to say?
My main interest is in I've lost two very close people.
Okay, sure. I just want to say, so if you want to ask a question of the panel, we have information in the chat, and we request that you pay first to get in line. We've got 3 people that are in line right now. Do you have any other general question, or we'd love to have you ask a question of the panel?
No, it's just the loneliness, the sadness behind this death itself. It's just, I would love to be able to talk to the 2 people concerned. That's all.
Yeah, I hope that you feel the love and connection that everyone feels tonight being here, that everyone will feel. And then if you want to, get in line with our panel, we'd love to support you in your personal journey too.
And how do I do that? I go through.
I'll put the information in chat. So anyone that wants to ask a question of the panel, and this applies to you too, I'm going to put it in chat right now. We ask that you pay PayPal or Venmo, or I can go out to a breakout room and take a card another way if that's needed. It's sliding scale. It's $20 to $28, or it's $12 for BIPOC folks as a step of making reparations. So sliding scale, and you choose what works for you. And
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna say a little bit more just to set the container, and then we're gonna get in line with our first question. So we've got 3 people in line right now. We've got Ellen, Anissa, and Jackie in line. And yeah, we can easily take more questions tonight. Let's see. So before we start, this is a great opportunity for everyone to practice opening their intuition, opening to mediumship. You might want to have something to write with and write on. So you scribble and draw with whatever comes through, because often messages are fleeting. And that way you'll be able to see as we go through questions, do the practitioners on the panel say similar things as come through you? You might, of course, have things come through that no one mentions, maybe totally valid. Simply a great opportunity to get confirmation that other people are picking up the same things. Also, it's a great opportunity for all of us to listen, and a great opportunity for all of us to learn and feel connection, whether or not we ask a question. And then, because this is always true with practitioners, and particularly because this is being recorded and posted online, when you ask a question, if we go deeper than you want us to go, or we talk about topics you don't want us sharing about here when you ask your question, please give us guidance, interrupt us. We go off course. You can give us guidance at the beginning or just jump in. If something comes up you want us to pause and not share, that's totally fine. All right, great. We've got our first question coming up. So Ellen, you're up first. I'll bring you up here in spotlight. All right, great, Ellen. Great to have you. What is your question? Oh, let's get you unmuted. Oops. Oh, let's unmute. Sorry, we might have clicked the button at the same time. Okay, great.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ellen.
Hello.
Something that I've been dreading and putting off for 6 months that I consider a matter of life and death based on some recurring images that I've had is scheduled for Monday. And I'm the most afraid I've been of anything I've ever had to try to do. And I'm wondering if anyone from my life, because I have a lot of deceased relatives, friends, former partners, and non-human companions who might have any messages either of reassurance or of caution to let me know if I should go through with this or not.
All right, great, great. I deeply appreciate the way you're tying what's happening in your life to getting support from the panel. All right. Anyone that has something to share with Ellen?
And I wanted to just preemptively say thank you, because I've been to many of these and I've almost always left a MeWe panel with at least one scheduled appointment with somebody who's a panelist, and they have been very influential in my life.
Yeah, we're grateful that we've been able to be of support to you, and thank you so much for working with the community. It supports us to be here.
Thank you.
Ellen, right off the bat, when you were talking, my right ear got plugged. And I have to say that usually when I'm communicating with somebody who's passed, they come in my right ear. So I'm wondering if, in fact, whatever you're doing on Monday or next week has something to do with your right ear, or if you have been.
It's the removal of my upper right wisdom tooth, which is not very far from my right ear.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, and practitioners, whenever anyone's ready, raise your hand in Zoom so I know. And if you have any clarifying questions like that, go ahead. Yeah, Mary, go ahead.
Okay. I really feel like it's going to be a relief for you. I feel like all the pressure drains out when I picture it going away. Is there somebody in particular that you would like their opinion on that's passed over?
Bree.
Bree says, "Oh, you big baby, go get it done." Does that Does that sound like Bree to you?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, well, that was the first thing that I heard. So I will let others talk, but it was somebody with a sense of humor.
Sense of humor, yes.
I get a good feeling about it. I mean, I don't open up to, I don't really just open my channel. I only open to specific names. But I get a
Okay.
good feeling about it. So I'm with you. The big baby comment, I guess.
Okay, great.
Is there anything else from Bree? Because she's sometimes pretty active.
What's her last name?
Kemper.
Kemper? How do you spell Bree?
It's short for Brianna, Brianna.
Oh, okay. And what was her date of birth or her date of death?
Her date of death was in September around the fall equinox, and it was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Well, the first thing she said is that she doesn't really have anything else to say. But it seems like she might be changing her mind. But she does want to let you know that you are held and loved and safe, and trust the process. She thinks it's probably better to get it taken out now than before something goes wrong with it. And she says to tell you that she loves you. And she wishes she was still there with you. She really, 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 really loves you. It will hold your hand at the dentist if you want. If you accept.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she'll be there with you holding your hand at the dentist if you let her. And she says it'll be fine. It's a good dentist.
Okay, great. Next we've got Amanda, and then Susy, then Tammy, and then Anita. We've got 2.5 minutes. I'll let you know. It goes long. Thanks.
Okay. Hey, Ellen, I just wanted to get some clarification on your question. So you have an appointment to have your tooth out next week, and you're curious about if loved ones on the other side have something to say about that. Is that correct?
Yes, because I've had recurring visions of dying instantly from the anesthetic.
Okay.
And it was Brianna who had told me when I slept in her bed at her grandparents' house, she told me that I would die instantly from a medication. That was in March of 2021.
She told you that while she was still alive?
No, while she was dead.
A couple things that come to mind was the actual laughing gas or being put under. Are you being put under to have this tooth removed?
No, it's a shot called carbocaine.
Okay. There does seem to be a sensitivity in your system to large jolts. And so a feeling of having a large amount of medication put in your system at one time, your body has a difficult time processing. So is that something that you have experienced in the past with medication?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, this is not coming from the world of spirit. This part's coming from my mind. I think it would be really wise for you to make sure that you talk with your dentist about how your body metabolizes medication, because they can always give you more, but there's a sense of your body just not being able to handle real huge impacts of energy. And that could even be energetic medication coming through. And then, so what I'm asking right now is there someone who has something to say about that? I do want to address the information that you got from your friend through a medium or a channel. I'm very, very, very hesitant to tell anybody about life-altering things such as you're going to die from a medication, because we are channels and we are interpreters. So my sense is that I don't think that that was said to you in a malicious manner at all, but I do not believe that our loved ones or our guides would speak to us in that that kind of alarmist type of a manner. They would generally help to increase your intuitive voice so that you're making decisions. By someone telling you that, oh, you're going to die from this, that just takes your power away. And that's not how the world of spirit that I work with works. So I just want to give you that alternative to the message that you got, because it's never been my experience that the world of spirit comes and creates fear. It's just not something that I've experienced. So I just want to give you that to put in your mind, but then also just to talk with your dentist about the sensitivities that you or your body has with the medication, because I think that would help put your mind at ease a bit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Great. All right, next we've got Susy and Tammy, and then Anita.
Hey, Ellen. I'm not getting anything from Bree, but you do have, okay, I see animals as they are on the other side, which are just little fluffy balls of lovely fuzzy light. And I see one who was sitting with you and will sit with you during your recovery. I see a little paw up there and just holding space for you. Now, as far as a reaction to medication, I seem to have inherited the family gene where it takes me a long time to awaken from anesthesia. And I let people know that when I go under so they can gauge it otherwise. And to confirm what Amanda said, yes, I would ask you to talk to the dentist, to whoever's administering it, and say, look, my body's sensitive. You guys, I trust you and everything, but just to be aware of this sensitivity. Another thing I encourage you to do is to envision the environment and bless it. Send all kinds of love and energy to it. I went through some stuff where it's like, okay, this is my elixir of life. This is the light of God coming through, and it's all to help benefit you. And bless yourself, give yourself permission to release that tooth. There are some past lives attached to that one also. You said right side. Over here, there is some past life. That's where I get that feeling of something happened to the right side of your face where it experienced incredible trauma there. And that can be released by looking at it, by calling it forward and placing it in front of you and saying, this is my life now. Thank you for having that experience. You can return to source. So you don't have to carry that past life. You can resolve it and let it go. And then release that pattern from it. So it feels like, something we can talk to ancestors about and say, look, this happened. She doesn't need this right now. She needs to have this done. And it's going to be for her highest and best in the physical and in the energetic. So you can release it. And I encourage you to look at it and go, nope, don't need that anymore. And you can, that's what I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thanks, Susy. Next we've got
Hello.
Tammy.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. So I got similar things to other people. So I'm just going to say how I saw it. I did see, the fluffy dog that Susy was talking about, comforting you. What I saw was you sitting in the chair, listening to music, have like ear pods or something, listening to music for calming, and then your dog curled up on your lap. I did see the little fluffy being. I see a little black and white fluffy dog, so I'm not sure about the coloring. Coloring doesn't usually come through for me. I usually just anyway, that's what I saw. I also got to look into all possibilities and different ways to increase your confidence, to go in there confident, go in there knowing that, yes, this is what I am supposed to do right now. And, I got that if you aren't completely confident by doing these things that, other people said, and there's a couple other things that were here, maybe think about rescheduling it, but if you can go in there with that, complete confidence, do it. But look into all the possibilities and look into all the different ways of the anesthesia or gas, or there are different ways to do that. So to look into those different ways to increase your confidence. And then the other thing that I got was the aftercare, make sure they tell you no sucking on straws and things like that. Make sure that cotton stays in that socket, for that, to make sure you maintain what you're supposed to do to prevent any possible dry socket, things like that. And ask for what you want, from if you want one of your animals to be there with you on your lap so you can pet them during the procedure, ask for it. If you want someone to be standing right next to you holding your hand, ask them to be there and tell them to, show you very strongly, give you signs that they're there with you. And also, in your dreams tonight, ask them to come in your dreams and give you those messages directly to you. I'm not getting any direct messages from anybody. So usually when that happens for me is they want to give you direct messages directly. So I pray for the best for you and set those intentions and things like Susy was saying, and be confident. Just be really, really confident in your decision, confident in yourself, and empower yourself to know and to be and to know that you're making the right decision for you. You need to make the right decision for you. Is that, and I'm hearing that right now. I'm not going to tap into who that is, but that's what I'm hearing, and I'm going to stop. So, but make the right decision for you at this time. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Tammy. Anita, and then Susy's got a bit more. Anita, let's get you unmuted. Nope, you're still muted.
Hello, Ellen. Hello. My grandma was born in Hungary. I can't
It
hear.
looks like you got muted again. Sorry. The timing of the mute and unmute is being funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm listening. Hello, Ellen.
Hello.
Yes, what did you say, please?
Oh, I said my grandma was born in Hungary.
Here we go. Okay. So 3 things. I saw a man coming on a winding road. It was 2 roads, but it's like a muddy place a little bit. Walking down with a bucket of flowers to give to you. That's one thing. The second thing, I see a man with thick dark hair. This man looks like with the haircut like from the 70s. And third, when you said about your medication, like what you said, this person said that's bullshit.
Okay.
So just help me if any of these make sense to you so that I know how to go on. It's somebody with a bit of a very like a very outgoing personality, like they would just a loud kind of person.
The person with the flowers might have been my ex-boyfriend Patrick, and the person with the 1970s dark hair could have been my childhood crush Aaron.
Yeah, he has good hair like a bird nest, like really kind of wavy, and it's like so. And the okay, I'm listening. And the outgoing person, any ideas?
Was the outgoing person a third person or one of the two?
I just heard like somebody was saying like that's bullshit, and somebody very loud and outgoing type of lively, not very selective of his words.
Well, if he had red hair, that would be Monty.
Okay, so
The one
then
I could picture saying that line would be Monty.
okay, and so you have got men around you, lots of men, as you said, and I want you to know they are all here for you in one way or another. And
Okay.
do you want to, what would you like to know? Like, do you want to talk to any of them? With the men with the
Am I risking my life by getting this procedure?
again, that's bullshit. That's what
Okay.
counts. Like, no.
Okay.
Sorry, that just came like right there, like, yeah, that's bullshit, man.
Okay.
So sorry. But out of the three, the man with the flower, he's the most attached to you.
Yeah, we were lovers and we were in a band together.
He is very gentle and very beautiful. So sorry, I can't tell you more. My time is up.
Okay.
Thank you, Anita. I know it's hard to fit everything into a short bit of time. Susy's got a bit more.
Another thing I did, Ellen, when I had my big medical thing, was to set the intention to change the story. In my case, it was I was karmically connected and changing the end of the story with my family's health thing. You can do that too. Set your intention that this is all going to go beautifully. You're not going to have that major impact from the medication. You're going to heal smoothly, and you got your little pet fluffy ball of energy with you, just sitting right next to you and helping to soothe the pain. So set that intention, bless it, you know it, and that's going to help with your confidence too, not only in your team, but in yourself. Thanks.
Great, thanks,
Thank
Susie.
you.
Anyone have any little bit more to add, or is there anyone that didn't go, that wants to go? All right, great. Thank you so much, Ellen, for being here and letting us support you in this. I've you've been on several of our panels in the last couple of months, and have all our energy supporting you on Monday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we've got Anissa next, and then Jackie. Anissa, are you ready to come up? All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Great to have you up here.
Hello.
What is your question?
I was hoping that maybe someone could connect to my cat Jinx, who passed away July 27th, 2021. And I can upload a picture to chat if that would be helpful. But yeah, it's my cat Jinx.
And
I'd like
Anissa,
to
I know
picture if you don't mind.
Oh, yes. So Tammy, you can go ahead and go, and then if you can raise your hand in Zoom next time, that'd be great. Go ahead, Tammy, and then Susie, and then Amanda, or no, Susie, Amanda, and Michelle. Go ahead, Tammy, if you wanted to go.
Was telling her I wanted a picture, that's all.
Oh, you want a picture? Oh, okay. Okay, great. All right, we've got Susie, Amanda, and Michelle in line. Go ahead, Susie, and Anissa's going to work on getting a photo. Anissa, do you want to text to me and I'll text it to Tammy? Or what do you
Okay,
want to
I
do?
put it in chat and it's showing up for me in chat.
Okay, great. It's coming through right now. Okay, great. So you've got a photo. Anyone that wants to
Okay.
see it. Okay, Susie.
What a kitty. Jinx is, I don't know if it's confusion. Is it a he?
Yep.
Because when they're at that state, I don't get gender, but okay, he does miss being in body and being with you. and you can call on him at any time. I know it's not the same. I get the feeling, well, that's not the same, but he misses being embodied to be able to be with you. I'm, and you can call him to hang with you. Because what I saw him doing is like on a cat tree and just kind of flopping over and hanging off. You know, I don't
Yes.
know if he did that, but he's just like, oh, I want to be back. And whether that happens or not, it's letting go of him having been embodied so that he can. This is what happened when we got our dog. We had a great Doberman, and I had to say, Dakota, you were great. I need to let go of you. And then a week later, we got Cosmo, who is big and goofy like Dakota was, but being able to release him into the energy so that he can reincarnate if he wants to, or if that's going to work out for both of you. But I definitely see him just kind of hanging around, just going, I don't have anything to do. Give me something to do. And so he's there. He's just bored.
We said that he was kind of a slob because he would just like lay on towers, just like legs wide open, just like showing off his warm, soft belly. It was quite interesting. Thank you.
Then I guess
Susie.
I got him.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he's just bored and he wants something to do. Whether you send him out to do something or you ask him to reincarnate for another being, whether it's another cat, he's like, no, I don't want to be a dog. They're sloppy. So, but he can't come back and he misses being embodied with you.
Mm,
Yeah, that's what I got. Thanks, Anissa. Good to see you.
thank you.
Thanks, Susie. Next is Amanda.
Hi, Anissa.
Hello.
I love that we were all in the chat. Are Anissa? Oh, you've been claimed. So I want to make sure that I have Jinx, because I actually feel two very distinct personalities, and I'd be kind of surprised if this was the same animal. So did Jinx also, did you have another cat at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I'm feeling both of them. The first one that I felt was, oh my God, who is the one who wanted to hork down the food until they threw up?
Yeah, that's Jinx.
Okay, because it was like, this isn't just like normal hairball stuff. This is like a cat that like eats beyond its like sphincter. And so there was that feeling. I was actually more drawn to the other cat though, because there is a sense of this other cat who feels like they're still here. Is that correct?
Well, I've had two that have passed and one that's still with us on this plane.
I'll just share the personality and then you can validate
Okay.
which cat this is. But there was a sense of this cat being very much like an emotional support animal. And so this is not just a cat that is just doing normal cat things, but one that when you look in his eyes, it is just like you see that this cat is seeing your soul. And so I don't believe that this is Jinx though. Is that correct? Okay, so there's a sense of this cat that is kind of like your emotional support cat, whether he's already passed on or it's the one that you have right now. Know that your relationship has not ended. So know that, which I've never actually experienced an animal coming forward saying, I'm a guide, but know that that connection that you guys have, that contract that you have is the contract of the heart. It's not one that just like, oh, you go down here, I'm going to come down, I'll be your animal. This was two energies that love each other very much and are going to find a way to be together in a lifetime. So, so know that bond of love is what's going to keep that communication going for you. Did you actually hold Jinx when he was passing? Because there's a sense of like feeling his fur.
I didn't hold him, but my partner at the time and I were like snuggled up very close to him as he was passing. Yes.
Okay. And he feels like he was quite old. And the reason why I say that is because the sense that I'm getting of touching his fur, he feels kind of like matted, like when cats get quite old and they stop producing so much oil. So there's just a sense that his whole body was affected by what was going on with him. This wasn't like he got hit by a car or it feels like his whole system was just kind of like, we're done. And so know that there is, I'm not sensing anyways, any like, oh, you didn't do right by me, or, oh, I wish you would have A, B, and C. It very much feels like a thank you. So
Thank you very much, Amanda.
welcome. Hopefully that resonates.
Yep.
Great. Next we have Michelle.
Yeah, I just had a comment. Hi. So the first thing that popped up when you started talking is that it seems like this cat, and now it's been revealed by Amanda that there's more than one, but whichever one is like very much a part of you, or like still there. Like I can see it in your eyes. Like they kind of popped out as soon as you started talking. So I don't know if that is the jinx that you're talking about, but one of them you're completely like compatible with and very, very connected to even now. So yeah, it was like they're there. Like I can see it in your face that they're still there. So maybe that can help comfort you, but yeah, it stuck out, so I had to.
Thank you for
say that.
sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that my other cat Charlie is like trying to like steal some of the show. He's probably like, why didn't you choose me?
All right. Thanks so much, Michelle. Next we've got Joanna and then Tammy. You're still muted.
Um,
Oh, whoops. Sorry, Zoom all got really
No.
slow with the muting, unmuting, and so I'm accidentally muting people that are just unmuting. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So Amanda, that was amazing. I have to say that was really beautiful. And I'm also getting the sense that Jinx is still with you. He hasn't actually gone anywhere. And as Susy said, I mean, you could invite him to reincarnate, or invite him to stay with you. I'm getting the impression that he would like you to get another cat, but I think you already have a cat. But I think that would relieve Jinx's boredom if he's going to be with you in spirit. He would have fun with a new cat. That's what I got.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, Anissa, Heather, that just is one of the people that helped get this all going in the beginning. She's looking for a new home for her 9-year-old cat. So,
Oh,
yeah. All right. Let's see.
don't
So
tell
next
me
we've got
that.
Tammy.
Hi, Anissa.
Hello.
Good to see you. Well, I got that Jinx is working on how to connect with you, how to touch you, like working through that. Sometimes it's easier for others. He's like, Charlie knows how. It's like, I need the attention to learn how, I don't know that how you want them to, sometimes they like rub against your leg or curl up on your legs, or, on how to do and how to work with you. I get that, yeah, he could reincarnate again with you. And I kind of get the feeling that he'd rather kind of stay there and learn more and help you from that side and help to increase your abilities from there and be more confident. But he's very, very willing to reincarnate with you again too. But that heaven and earth connection, I just get the feeling that he just really would like to increase that connection for you. Yeah, and I do get that he feels really bored right now too. So he would like to be really, it feels like it's exciting to him to be able to train you. I don't know. Did he train you when he was alive? Did you train you to what he wanted? It's like he wants to like train you to what he to what he wants. And
can anyone hear me?
How he wants it, type thing.
Okay. All right. I'll work on working with him. So hopefully he can be less bored too.
Thank you. Bye.
Great. Yeah. Maybe
Can you guys hear me?
I'm
having
sorry.
trouble-
I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, great. So thank you, Tammy. We've got Amanda with a little bit more to share.
Anissa, I just wanted to make sure, did you have actual questions for or about Jinx?
Oh, just any general messages that came through. I didn't have a question about him. I know he's doing fine. I didn't know he was so bored. But yeah, like, I don't know if he had anything he wanted me to know or whatnot, but it sounds like he's doing just fine and he's bored and yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is a message coming from Jinx or just because I'm connected to you now. But I do feel, did Jinx is he the one that used to sleep up here? Okay.
Yes.
I'm also concerned about, not concerned like, oh God, something bad's going to happen, but do you have sleep apnea or do you have issues with sleep? Because I feel like he's like, even though I'm not on her chest, there's still something going on with the breathing.
So that was brought up at the last animal communication panel. My cat who's living with me paws at my face when I sleep. And so another practitioner thought, or maybe it was one of the participants thought that maybe I had some sleep issues going on that my cats were trying to alert me to.
And
Yeah,
specifically,
I mean,
someone
Jackie
mentioned
said that.
apnea. Someone specifically
Hey,
mentioned
Jackie,
apnea. Yeah.
Go, Jackie, go. I love that. I love that you said it and now it's being validated. And there is just one more fucking reason for us to all trust ourselves because so much of miscommunication from the world of spirit is us not actually knowing our own voice and trusting it. So, but I do want to say that's probably a really good place to start to find out if there is something going on with you when you're sleeping or if you're having sleep paralysis. But there's this feeling of I could feel the cat laying on you and then going, I'm not on her anymore. And yet there's still something going on. So
okay.
just be aware of and maybe check in with a medical professional or just do some. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. All right, we've got Joanna next.
Yeah, so to answer any messages, the question about any messages from Jinx, what came through me is that he tells you to be strong and to have more fun. Actually, he said have fun. I think he thinks you're not really having a lot of fun. I'm seeing the cat thing, you know, like the string on the stick with the fluffy thing on the end, like swirling and playing with that. Like, I think that's why the boredom is coming in, because there's a lack of fun in your life. And Jinx wants you to play with something like his favorite cat toy, whatever that would be for you. You need to be doing more of that. And getting a little new cat would help. Of course, cats always think more cats are better for anything that's wrong with humans, I think. Is that true, Jinx? Oh, 100% absolutely. Another cat would really help. But the message is to be strong and to make sure you're having plenty of fun.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Jinxie.
All right, great. Anyone have anything? Any last? Oh, Anita, go ahead, Anita.
Yeah. So I'm a cat person. Right now I've got 3. And so, and I know I don't have a communication with Jinx because I have got the same problem what he died from, a kidney problem. I was on Saturday with the vet at the emergency clinic, so I can't do readings on your cat because of that. But all I can say that I know I have a cat. He's my heart, that cat is, and I know how you feel. People think cats can't be the same as dogs. They can be the absolute love of our lives.
Oh, definitely. I agree.
I understand you. So, and what I can suggest, if you want to get in touch with him, if he has any specific place where he really like to sleep, sleeping is a very, make a special room, make a little special space for him. Because I do that with my husband. I make dinner and etc. It's a long story, but invite him to come to stay with you. You have to invite them.
Okay.
And open your heart, invite him and see, and you will have a dream and prepare him well, like a day before. Light a little candle and go to sleep. It's like a little ceremony, and then see what comes to you in dreams.
I like that. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it greatly.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything for Anissa? All right, great. Thank you so much, Anissa. Lovely having you on all the different sides of everything now. Behind MeWe, helping everything run, on the panel as a practitioner, and again, continuing for all these years to sometimes ask questions. Yeah, everyone, all these panels couldn't happen without Anissa. All right, we've got Jackie coming up next. And after Jackie, we have
Hi,
looks like Tarsha in
everybody.
line. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, how are you guys? Thank you. I just love this. That was such a beautiful share about her kitty. So that was just a tender thing. So thank you for all your compassion and just beautiful tenderness with that. That was beautiful. So anyway, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but I'm just kind of asking because most of my family is on the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. And so I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody in a very long time, and I would love some guidance. I would love some and specific, well, guidance in general, if anybody gets a download. And also I'm curious, are there any familial patterns or karmic patterns or cycles that are still playing out? Just curious around scarcity or separation, family drama, all that. I would love for that to be put to, I don't know if I can be the last one that happens in, but otherwise just general guidance and just life purpose, direction, what's going to work and what's not, because I feel like I just need some extra help and I don't have anybody on this side to help me, guide me. So if anybody wants to come through, please, please, please.
Great. Mary's all set, so we'll have Mary share first.
So Jackie, are you named after somebody named Jack or Jackie?
Well, actually, I'm named after someone, yes, but my Jack is my father's. He picked me to be called Jack because after a song, but I'm named after my mom. Mitzi is my mom, but I always, yeah.
Well, I got namesake or something like that. And what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing a man kind of dapper, like with an umbrella leaning outside. He's got on the raincoat and the hat, like you would expect to see in the 40s. And he sort of thinks of himself as very suave, kind of a dandy kind of thing. And he's just leaning in and he's saying stuff like, just loosen up. Don't worry so much. A lot of it was fun. A lot of it was okay. And so it could be that he is giving you his experience, or he's not hearing your experiences correctly. I don't know, but he's somebody that could have been quite the charmer.
That would not be on my dad's side at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I don't know who that would be. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
need to think.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, that doesn't.
Just think about it because it might come to you later, or or it's coming through for somebody else. I don't know. But I don't know this guy, and he's just sort of like whistling when he walks, and he's If that's true for somebody else, just let me know.
It must be. Yeah, that's okay, because that doesn't match anybody that I am aware of in my family line.
I can't even really see his face because he's got his hat tipped because he's just too cool, kind of thing.
I don't know. I don't know, but I'll ask. Do you get a name with that person, Mary?
I'm trying to think.
Oh,
I'm asking him, what's his message for you?
Yeah, Yeah.
And
'cause-
I think he's uncomfortable with whatever story you have, and he's trying to soften it or make it less than what it was.
Oh, interesting.
So if there is some work for you to be doing with this person, it might be not allowing yourself to be talked out of anything, or breaking through some kind of pattern where people don't talk openly.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of trauma, and we just don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it, kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I see my time is up. So
Okay. Thank you, Mary.
you're welcome.
Thanks, Mary. We've next got Amanda, then Anita, Susy, and Joanna. Go ahead, Amanda.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. Somebody before you came on to ask your question, my ear was painfully ringing, and I was getting the sense that it was a male on dad's side of the family. And there was also this feeling of drowning, which generally when I get this kind of feeling, it's generally like a congestive heart failure, or it could be an actual drowning, but there was a lot of fluid going on up in the upper chest.
Oh, okay.
And I also got, and this was where I was kind of like, oh, is this the water thing? I got a nod to the Navy, or so military in with the water. So to me, it's the Air Force.
That could be my Uncle Ed. He did drown. I never met him. He was in the Navy.
Okay, then that would make sense. Okay,
I
thank you
never
for
met
that.
him.
I was like,
Yes.
is this two different messages, or is it the same one? Okay, so he did drown and he was in the Navy. Okay.
Yes.
And I gotta say, he seemed to, he was, he's got my words tumbling. It's like there's so much that he wants to say, because he doesn't want to just talk to you. He doesn't want to only talk to you. It's like, oh, I want to talk to everything, because he wants to clear the air. So there's
please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
There's a sense of some heavy, deep shit going on that went on with him that was never really, no one ever really got his full side of the story, because even when he was asked his side of the story, he was still so guarded and defensive that he wasn't actually giving all of the information. Does that make sense to you?
I mean, I never met him, but I know there's a whole lot of drama in my dad's side because of a lot of heavy stuff.
Okay. So I don't like to give a whole lot of messages.
I know.
There's something to be validated there, but I do want to let you know that he was coming forward. And so even though you didn't know him in this lifetime, your energies are still familiar. So even though you didn't get to know him, he knows you. So there is a feeling when you talked about the generational patterns of lack. I definitely saw two different things with you. The main thing, I kind of felt like we were back in like Egyptian times, because I was very much seeing like slave and the affluent. And there was a sense of you being in lack, in poverty, not having enough. And the judgment that you had against your, the persecutors of you was so strong. It was almost like, I'm never going to be like them, but that meant I'm never going to be able to have all of this that I didn't get. It's almost like you put a judgment on, I don't need that. I don't need it. So I feel like there is some of that still happening in your lifetime. But I'm also want to offer, we don't ever fully resolve those. There can still be echoes, I guess is more of what I want to say. There can still be some echoes in lifetimes. So this to me feels like you're getting towards the end of actually putting a stop to that. And then there's probably still going to be echoes of it for you to work out in lifetimes to come, but not in the way that you are now. Usually when I see people who are experiencing echoes of previous lifetimes, it's because now they are coming to make impact for other people, and somebody's agreeing with me. I think this is your uncle. I would not be surprised if the big that happened with him was around finances in the family. So because I'm talking about finances and he's ringing in. So so there's a sense of you coming to assist other people in future lifetimes, future lifetimes in order to help them to stop this pattern, the hamster wheel in their lives as well. So I definitely feel like it just comes from judgment in past life. And I personally love it when spirit shows me judgment, because where I'm judging somebody is where I am almost always wanting freedom in my life. So the fact that I'm judging is kind of my awareness going, oh shit, there's something I can go after. I want to go after that cycle. So
Thank you.
very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Interesting.
Thanks, Amanda. Next is Anita.
Oh, hello, Jackie.
Hi.
Hi. So I've got a question for you. Is your ancestry going back to Ireland? Do you know anything about you?
I believe Ireland and Scotland. Yes.
Cool. Okay. That's why I'm asking. I can see a man. He's wearing like full green, and St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and it was like red alert, like blah 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 blah. So it is a strong man, physically and mentally. Yep. Are we on the path? Are we on the right track?
Well, yes. I mean, the Dickersons are very strong. They're very powerful. Yes. Very obstinate and all of that.
Yeah. And he's a very smooth man. Like, he's very listening. It's like the two end of the scale, like very good heart, very good listener. He could give you an awesome advice, but also the biggest asshole you ever seen in your life. Is that true?
Well, I mean, if it's way back in the day, I don't know. Again,
Okay.
I don't know. A very good listener. Yeah, I mean, maybe my dad, I don't know, but I think this would be older than my father, sounds like.
Yeah, it's I can see the Irish lineage very strong, and anything that comes from being an immigrant and working hard, and it's all in your lineage. And
my mother too. Yeah.
And for you, I can see you depleted. Your energy, your aura has got like holes. Yeah, is that correct?
It feels true. Yes.
And you are almost at your end of your rope.
I mean, I'm feeling better, but okay. I'm hoping that it's not the end of my time here, but whatever.
No.
If it is, it is.
No, it's not your end of your time. It's just you don't know where to go, like in that sense. Like,
right.
I can't walk on eggshells anymore. I need to get on my path, or some, like you are. Yep, there's some kind of a confusion there. But
yeah, definitely.
All I can say, if you don't know where to go, you can lean on your Irish lineage. There is very strong on the culture, because that's very strong in your blood. And that would help you to like the culture, the spiritual background, and and also one more thing, like your head space, the head, the mind, that's where you are, like it's a whirlwind of
I've been told that before. Yes.
And all I can say, you need to really learn how to think. Like I feel like the negative thoughts you have is like an anchor on you.
Okay, I think your time is up. Negative thoughts. Thank you.
Look
into
Bob Proctor's work on YouTube. Bob Proctor, he's the master of the mind.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
Great. Next, we've got Joanna, then Susy.
Yeah. Oops.
Hello, Jackie.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. How are you?
Really good.
Glad to be here.
Nice to see you.
It's good to see you too. Is there a specific person who you would like to answer your question about creating abundance and healing?
You know, I'm not I guess I'm not sure. I wasn't sure who, because like I said, like literally almost everybody is on there on the other side. Everybody, lottie dottie, everybody. So that's why I was like, I don't know who to ask because I don't want to leave anybody out, like the kitty cats. But I'm also like, who could help me figure out what's what? Like, I guess I could ask my dad, Don, but I don't know. Maybe we could ask my dad and then my mom.
Let's see what happens. Your dad's name is Don. What's his last name?
Dickerson.
Don Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
And what was his birthday or date of his death?
January 30th, 35.
Okay. So Don, Mr. Dickerson, I'm here with your daughter, Jackie. And yes, so we are doing a very modern day seance, Mr. Dickerson.
Yes, we are. Hi, Dad.
He's very happy to see your face. He says you look beautiful and he loves your glasses. You look very nice. He's very proud of you. Yes. And so Dawn, your daughter has some questions about what you think she can do to heal the family difficulties around money. And he's just like, the Irish thing is so right on. It's really spot on, Jackie. Because that tragedy it's such a tragedy for the whole Irish people that you are so spot on about wanting to do healing work on that. And your dad says just anything you feel drawn to, any modality that you think you would have fun doing, that you want about, try it. Yeah, go talk to the crystal bowl people or go talk to the people with he doesn't know, your dad doesn't know what they do, what they are, but he thinks you're really on the right track, and just explore all the different ways you can work on healing that. And he's rooting for you, Jackie. Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you.
That's what I got.
Great. Thanks so much, Joanna. And we've got Susy next.
Hi, Susy. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing all right, Jackie. It's good to see you.
Nice to see
So
you
I'm going to
again.
bounce back to your dapper guy. I
don't know who that is.
Okay, it's fascinating. He's telling me the story and I'm like,
okay, let me write it down.
So what I got is like 4 generations back on your paternal side. The Irish makes sense because he was a bootlegger. Okay, that's why appearances were so important to him, because he did not want to look like he was sketchy. Okay, so he made a lot of money, but he had so much negative stuff coming at him. So that feeling of deserving wealth, there was that disconnect there in the family line. So people would yell at him and say, you don't deserve to do this. And they're all, just yelling at him. And then he actually, he's like, no, I wasn't good with money either. So he spent his money keeping up appearances. And then he was, just selling his booze, selling his moonshine, essentially.
Interesting.
So I'm looking at my notes. It's like, I don't make sense, but yes, you can break the cycle. This is where you can look and say, you know what? He made his money his way. I'm making my wealth my way. You deserve the money. And that's part of what the holes in your aura are about, because you're leaking out that sense of deserving. So what I encourage you to do is to clear your energy. And you can use whatever imagery you want. I can give you a couple, like counterclockwise direction to clear the energy and send it into Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is the master composter. She will take all of the garbage, all of the stuff, and all of that stuff. Got some attachments on you that you can send down there too, because as you're clearing energy, you're going to be calling in source. So to continue with the directional, anti-clockwise to clear, clockwise to bring in.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could use a waterfall. Did you ever see Flashdance and that iconic image? She's on the chair and just goes,
oh yeah,
it's all clearing out. Okay. Do it more than once. Let the energy keep flowing through you. So
Oh,
let it
interesting.
clear through you, and then it fills in immediately with source. And then that will help shift your energy to be at a higher frequency. So you're going to feel a lot of relief in your back because you got a lot of, you're carrying the, okay, she's carrying the weight of her family with her. And it's like, oh, don't get stereotypical with me, cowboy. Okay. But you were carrying that guilt.
Oh, interesting. That's,
yeah, it's interesting too for me because that's a word I'm working on this week is guilt. And so of course it's going to come up here so I can talk about it. However, so releasing the family guilt, you know, you can say, I am I and you are you. And in between us is a whole lot of God or source or love or whatever. And that's going to help separate your energy from that family thing. Thank you, Laureli. And then you clear, you fill in, and then you cast protection around yourself, whether it's like a buckyball, a hamster ball of God around you to make sure their energy doesn't come back to you. But you deserve it.
Do you know what thank you for that. Thank you. You know what I find interesting though, actually, is because I'm renting a space, and I was talking to my roommate last night, and actually she said that her former husband, who actually passed, his father was a bootlegger. So I'm actually curious if you're actually picking up not my family, but her family or her ex-husband's family. It's actually what do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just interesting, right?
And that's interesting, but I don't have permission to look at them. So I'm going to stand by it.
He might be here. He might be standing right here. I don't know. Anyway, but thank you.
Go away.
Yeah. Thank you. Because I just thought bootlegger. We talked about that last night. That's so weird. Anyway, thank you so much, Susie. Thank you.
We've got
You're
more
welcome,
answers.
Jackie.
More answers for you. We've got Amanda, Anita, and Tammy. Go ahead, Amanda.
Okay, that's great because that, Susie, what you just talked about and what just transpired is what I wanted to mention. Because Jackie, when Joanna was asking you, you know, is there somebody that you would like to get information from? There was a feeling of almost like, and correct me if I'm wrong, almost like panic, like I have to pick the right one. Who's the one who's going to have my answer, kind of thing, right?
Or who should I talk to? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to bring a perspective that I've experienced with doing the work that I do, that we are all of the same. So, you know, you've heard the analogy of, you know, the ocean being God, and a drop of the ocean is just as much God as the rest of the ocean, right? So when you're wanting to communicate and continue relationship with someone that you knew in the physical, that's one thing of asking for that person and wanting to really dive into conversation. But when you're asking a general question, or you want to receive some sort of guidance or clarity from the world of spirit, we don't have to be necessarily concerned with who we're getting the answer from, because it's the collective. And it's we're not physical beings, we're not individuals on the other side. We are all back to the wholeness of one, and yet we can push that energy forward and be kind of individual when we come through with the ego that you knew us in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I just wanted to like kind of say that to everybody, because I feel like, well, what's happening is we as humans, in our human understanding, we want to humanize the world of spirit, not because we are greater than or whatnot, but so that we can comprehend the energies that we're sensing. So I just want to acknowledge that for everybody, that just like when Susie's coming through and you're seeing that connection of the bootlegger, she could be picking up on the conversation that you had last night, or the loved one that she was connected with is also picking up on
coming through.
So, so much that happens when we're wanting to talk to one person, because we're getting collective wisdom. So I just wanted to say that for anyone else, if there's like this concern of what if I ask for the wrong person, you're going to get what you need, and the world of spirit is going to deliver it in a way that you can digest it. So
thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Anita is next.
Okay, I just would like to, I would like to share you something with you. We're talking about the generational trauma. When I am an immigrant myself, and also after losing my husband, he was American. There is a whole, when you have a trauma in your life, the whole, everything gets torn up again from, so I've got things coming back from my childhood just by this trauma. So trauma builds upon on top of each other. And if it's not dealt with like if you get a trauma, it's gonna activate the other ones that you didn't deal with. So if you wanna heal, let's say if you wanna change your habit, just change your time when you get up in the morning. It's like fighting the devil, literally. But if you want to just change one little habit, it's very, very hard. And you need at least 21 days to change a habit. So why I'm saying this, because generational trauma is in our cells. We are energy. So when we are born, you bring that trauma with you in your body. It's not an abracadabra thing. It is very real. And
no, I know.
And for you to change the traumas as such, you would need months and months of work on yourself.
I actually don't believe that, but I hear what you're saying. It's not always an overnight, but I don't believe it takes forever to heal trauma either. But go ahead. I'm listening. I don't mean to, I'm just letting you know where I'm at.
It doesn't take forever, but it needs consistency and persistency, because the more you heal, the more stuff you're gonna get. You have no idea, like you start healing and then another thing and then another thing, and the more you heal, the more negativity you're gonna get. So it is a hard and dedicated, it is a work that needs time, consistency, and persistency. It's not gonna heal up after a week cleaning your energy, or I'm talking out of experience. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. But so what I heard you saying though, that you think that there's still some generational trauma that's coming forward. Is that what I heard you say, kind of?
Oh no, I'm this is in general. It's
gotcha.
not like I'm just trying to help you to understand, like if you want to heal a generational trauma, it takes a lot of time and consistency and persistency to work on yourself. Like it's in your body, it's not outside of ourselves.
Right.
We are the embodiment of our trauma, of the what we got from our parents.
Yes. Oh yes, of course. Yes, I agree. I agree. Thank you. All righty. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Anita. We've got Tammy next.
Oh, hi. Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Jackie, you had asked what familial patterns that might be lingering around. I got the energy that, and it feels like, anyway, I got the energy of complaining and revenge and jealousy, and to focus more on constructiveness. So it feels like it's something that you may not have thought of before, might not have put your finger on those things. So anyway, just to explore it. And
revenge.
Yeah, I got complaining, revenge, and jealousy. So just to explore that.
Oh, totally. Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. And to focus on constructiveness.
Yeah. Being constructive. Gotcha.
Go ahead. You got more time. Is there more you wanted to share? I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, great. And then Joanna's got a little bit more. Joanna's got a little bit more, and I'm going to share something too. It's a big panel tonight.
Oh, right on. Wow.
Well, I wanted to check in and see if there was someone else you wanted to talk to.
No, I mean, I don't. I don't have anybody.
I was hearing what some of the other people were saying, so I wanted to make sure that you felt complete with that.
I am. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, great. So my little bit to share, I don't remember. Are you a practitioner?
Yes.
Okay. Are you actively practicing?
Yes.
Okay, great. Is there some way that you're holding yourself back in a way that you want to be sharing your work? You feel the nudges you should be sharing your work and you're not?
Well, I do share my work, but I think partly I'm not sure exactly like the whole I share my work all the time, but the thing about getting paid for my work, that's the little snaggle that I have.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
you ought to be sharing your work as a professional. and that you allow people
Yeah.
to financially feed you in sharing your work. You have so much to give. You're the one that answered Anissa's question earlier. You know what feels right and doesn't feel right to you. You are quick and you get it, and you have so much. And the archetypes in your eyes completely make sense that you have lots of messages for
Thank
people.
you.
So in whatever way you will allow us to, me and MeWe Fairs, follow up with you and nudge, nudge, nudge and get you on some things, you really ought to be doing that. And to me, that's what everyone is saying. And so whatever things, whatever beliefs, whatever thoughts you have that are tripping you up, that's all the stuff from the past to clear. There's no reason why
Thank
you ought
you.
not be sharing your work with people and allowing them to pay you.
Yeah. Thank you, Laureli. Yeah, I know. I love what I do. I love being able to bless and be participating in a healing, like a profound, like generational healing. It's magic. It's profound. But yes, but I don't like the hustling clients, or like I'm trying to attract
I
clients,
don't
like the right-
hustle. I never hustle.
Yeah, I know you
Never.
don't. I mean, yeah.
One does not need
So I'm
to.
trying to figure out. Right. Yeah.
And it's not a figure out,
And then
actually. It's say, I'm willing to be paid.
I'm willing to be paid.
And have a little PayPal link or a Venmo name or
I'm willing to be paid.
cash.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
mean, I
willing
do.
for
I
you-
have.
Right, I'm willing for
I
you
have.
to fuel me to give more.
Yeah. Thank you, Laureli. Well, maybe we can chat. Maybe we can do some. Maybe I can join you on a practice circle or something. I've thought about that. I thought that would be fun.
It's great. And Mary, did you want to come back and say something again?
It's me.
Yeah, I just
Anita.
feel like
Hold on,
that's the
Anita.
money thing. That's the money thing that people were trying to say, and that, money isn't bad. Getting paid for your skills is not bad. We are all intuitive, but we don't all have the same level of skill and ability. And even as an intuitive, I get psychic readings because the hardest person to read for is yourself. The other
Absolutely.
thing is, if you don't value monetarily what you do, the other people, if you discount your price, they discount the advice.
Right. Well, that's true.
And so people don't want free, they want professional. And so I think that money block has nothing to do with being psychic. It has to do with
a
block around money, if that makes sense.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because I've been wrestling with that too, because I mean, yes, and I don't want to, there's probably more people that want advice from you guys, but yeah, no, I've been working on that I need to pivot that, like how to receive and charge or whatever. Yeah, because there's so many different stories around receiving.
I'm going to say there's really nothing to pivot. It's really just, I'm willing to be paid. Hands open.
I'm willing to be paid.
I'm willing to be paid.
I'm willing to be
And
paid.
Say it while your eyes are connecting with us on the screen and your neck is upright. I'm willing to be paid.
I'm willing to be paid. I'm willing to be paid, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Anita, quick, go ahead.
Yeah, so just a quickie for you. If you have trouble of thinking about how you can charge people for money, etc., don't think of the money, think of the lives. Like,
yes, no, I mean, yes.
You were born here to help others, and there are people assigned in this life to you that you are signed up with them to help them. And
I like that.
It's not about the money, it's about you denying the help they need. Like I did some readings and I changed people's lives, not because my reading was awesome. It's because they get the information they needed so that they could move on with their lives.
Yeah.
And it's you. You are the person who has got that with that person.
Yeah, no, I think, I like that we have contracts to help people. Yeah, and I do charge. I mean, I'm not saying I don't charge. I do charge. I have clients, but I just want more clients. So that's where I don't have enough clients to be successful, quote unquote successful. That's why I was looking at this job that I talked about. Not yet, but then the job offer, they offered me a salary that is, no, I'm not going to do that. So, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm like, okay, something's gonna give. But anyway, thank you for everyone's feedback. I appreciate every one of you.
You're very welcome. I
Thank
say,
you.
and some people won't take the advice if you don't charge them enough. This is true, and not up for everyone. And yeah, Anita, you could charge a lot more for your advice too. So I appreciate, you know, all of us. We have our lessons here at times. Thank you so much, Jackie. We look forward to having you on the other
Thank
side of the
you.
panel in the future.
That'd be fun. Thank you. Bye.
All right, we've got at least one more question. We've got two more questions in line. We've got Tarsha and then Jay Rivera. So Tarsha, who is Tarsha? Oh, there's Tarsha. Great. Come on up. And what is your question for us? Oh, let's get you muted.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can, yeah. What is your question?
Hello. Okay. So I guess my question is my grandmother is sick right now. And I had a reading probably about a year ago, a mediumship reading with my mom. So I just wanted to see if she had any concerns or anything that she wants to tell me about everything that's happening surrounding the issues with her mom, which is my grandmother.
So anything that's happening with your grandmother, her mother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All right, we've got Michelle and then Joanna.
So, hi, Tarsha. So your mom is still alive or no?
No, my mom has passed away.
Right. Okay. So your question is, just to clarify, your question is, how does your mom who's passed feel about your grandma, and like what would she have to say about the situation?
Because they're bickering and fighting, and we were called to the hospital this past Friday because they were like, everybody just needs to come. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going on? I get there, she's like, hey, Tasha, and talking to me. I'm like, wait, what's going on? But I mean, the situation is that her kidneys are failing. She already has heart problem, lung issues because of COVID. Her kidneys are failing and she needs dialysis to live, basically. So as long as she has dialysis, she'll prolong it. But I still don't see it being a long, long life on dialysis.
Right. Oh, okay. I mean, the immediate feeling that I get is it's all about choices. So at this point, it's kind of in your grandma's hands what she wants to do and when and where she's leaving. For your side, I would just be like offering support. And I don't know if there's any questions you have, like, oh, something you feel like you didn't get to talk to her about all this time, like just pitch those conversations while you still have time. But and sending healing energy when someone's passing or like in that kind of in-between phase, I like to try to send healing and like supportive energy so that they feel supported in whichever decision or when they decide to cut it off, because I do feel like a lot of it is up to them at that point. But yeah, your mom. Who did you say was bickering?
All the rest of the siblings.
Okay. Because yeah, it's very loud tuning into that. It seems like your mom is very opinionated about her mother, and maybe their relationship is a whole different situation. But I'm gonna have to think about it while I let my other panelists answer.
I'm gonna put it down so I can write stuff down just in case something comes through that I need to write down.
All right. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, we can check back in. Okay, we've got Joanna, Mary, and Amanda in line. Go ahead, Joanna.
Tarsha, would you give me your mom's name and date of birth?
It's Audrey Franklin, and I just know it's December 1957. I don't remember
Okay.
I mean, I was 4.
Oh, when she passed. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. But you know her birthday.
I know December 1957, and I know she passed away in like September 1984, but I don't remember the dates.
Yeah. So this is Joanna Brook. Oh, what is your last name?
My last name is Russell.
Yes, I'm here with the daughter of Audrey Franklin. Tarsha, do you say the R?
Yes.
Okay, it's a beautiful name. Oh, wow. So, wow. So she just wants to look at your face for a while and just wants to hold your face in her hands so much. And she's so glad that you came to this panel and that you were willing to speak up and reach out to talk to her. And the initial even started what her name was. The feeling that I got was to go with and sit with your grandmother as much as you can and be with her and ask her for the good stories about your family. And that will help calm down the bickering. Oh, Audrey. Do you have any other message? Oh, where are you? Where are you? Are you at home?
Yes.
Yes. Well, she says to tell you that there is a place created for you, for all of you. Is there anything else? Miss Franklin. She just says, be careful. And she wants you to be careful of the ice. Well, it's not really winter that much anymore, but she says to be careful of the ice. But I don't think that's a real physical thing.
Okay.
That's
okay.
That's yeah.
Great.
Is there other message, Audrey? She says, tell her to talk to her own people. Yes, ma'am. She says, talk to your own people. And I do apologize. She accepts my apology. Thank you. But thank you for allowing me to pass on this message.
Talk to my own people. Okay.
Ma'am. That's what I thought.
Thanks so much, Joanna. We've got, unless someone else took down their hand, we have Mary and then Amanda. I thought a hand disappeared though. Maybe not. All right, Mary's next.
So, hi, Tarsha. The minute you mentioned your grandmother, the weight on my chest is unbelievable. And what I'm hearing from your mom is she needs to feel in control. And your grandmother needs to get really clear about what she wants. And she just can't undergo something as extreme as dialysis and not have it be her choice. It has to be her choice. Mm-hmm. So all the bickering can be shushed if you give her the control. The other thing is she's afraid. We're afraid of dying. We don't know what's over there, and that's perfectly normal. So your mom wants her to know the only thing that exists on the other side is love. That's all that exists. And, do we have to review our life? Yes. Should your grandmother be afraid of it? Absolutely not. So she can make it abundantly clear what she wants for her. And it doesn't matter after that what anybody else wants for her. And I like what Joanna was saying about calming her and talking about the good things, because what will also happen for her is the pleasant souls will start to come to greet her, and she won't be so afraid. And anything to keep that bickering out of her room. But I have to tell you, her soul can hear it. Even if it's going on down the street, she's tuning in to the vibration and she's aware. So people just need to understand, as best as you can help them to do that, that the only opinion that matters is hers. That's it. And how can you make her feel like she has control over it? Like, I just get the impression she doesn't really want the dialysis. She's just afraid to not have it.
Yeah, she adamantly said no, she did not want it at first. And that's why they called everybody in, because we were like, if you don't get it, you will die. Like,
and she's
okay
happen. With that.
And she, but if they kept like forcing her, and finally she was like, okay, if it'll give me more time, then I'll do it.
No, she doesn't want it.
But I think she doesn't, but she's doing it because they want
doctors have been trained and all that stuff. I love, if you're familiar at all with oh God, I can't think of her first name. Her last name is Morjani. I think it's Andrea Morjani. But anyway,
Anita.
Just 1 second. I just want to give this reference. She had a near-death experience and she was really ready to cross over. She was down to 80 pounds. She had cancer everywhere. She had an experience with spirit that said, you can come back and you will be cancer-free, if you're willing to serve as a messenger in the following way. So she said yes. And when she came back, her doctors were astonished because her cancer just started shrinking. And within a few months, they couldn't find any cancer. And her doctor came in and said, well, we can't find it, but don't worry, we'll keep looking. They love disease and they love to be the hero and all of that. So I've always kept that in my hip pocket. So I just want you, your grandmother, to know the doctors are not in control. They can only advise. And your mom is adamant. She's like practically throwing herself between the doctors and her mother.
Okay. Thanks, Mary. So it looks like Joanna's running out of battery and is going to have to go soon. Joanna, could you just jump on again and tell us who you are and what you do? And I'll put your information in chat again.
Thanks so much, Laureli. I'm Joanna Brook, and you can find me on Instagram at ruby.bright.heart. And I offer medium readings, contact with your departed loved ones, as well as tarot readings, traditional tarot readings. And I also, if you happen to be in the Eugene area, I'm also facilitating a new moon circle, which you can find out about that on my Instagram as well. And thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate everyone and appreciate the questions and all the information from the other practitioners. It was really lovely.
It's been great having you, Joanna. Thanks so much. We look forward to having you in more events.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, let's see. So then next we've got Amanda and Tammy in line for Tarsha hour.
Tarsha, girl, your power is palpable. I mean, I got to say that as soon as I saw your face, it was like, oh shit, there she is. So the weight of the power that you hold is, I don't even know how to get it across, but I know that other people can feel it. I'm not even going to ask. So when you mentioned your mom and you said her name, something didn't connect. Did she not go by Audrey? Did she go by a different name?
Well, they used to call her Art. Okay. I think they used to call her like Art. And then she started using my dad's last name because she was with him for so long. So it was like Audrey Flanoy, and she had dropped the Franklin, but
okay. I just because when Joanna had asked her name, I was like, I felt like she was like that. Like she was wanting to spit that name out of her mouth. Like, no, that's not my name.
started actually using his name, even though they never married.
Okay. Okay. And did she also have red hair? Like, I feel like I'm seeing like red hair kind of at the bottom.
It was like sandy, red, brown.
Okay. Okay. And let me know if this is her, because I feel like this is going to describe most of the women in your family. But I feel like the words I kept getting for your mom was a fighter, really scrappy, and really industrious. Like, you give that woman a project, she's like, I don't fucking know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to show it that I can do it. And it was like she just would do it. Does that sound like stories that you
Well,
remember?
the first two, I don't know about the industry. Like I said, I was 4,
Okay.
but I do know she worked all the way up until like her passing. Like, they couldn't make her stop. She had 6 of us to take care of it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. So yes, she definitely was a fighter all the way to the very end.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, good. And for some reason, I saw the game Monopoly and I was like, what does that have to do with anything? So I just wanted to put that out there in hopes that they're going to bring some sort of confirmation if that wasn't just a random word that came to mind. So when I was asking about, okay, so tell me about the situation going on with your mom, like what's happening with her? What do you have to say? And I feel like your grandmother's higher self was like, if I'm going out on my own terms. So there's this feeling of like, I don't want to do what people are telling me to do. I'm tired of doing what people are telling me to do. And so then when I was asking about, okay, so I know you want to know about your grandmother. I'm more concerned about what messages are there for you in dealing with this, because your grandmother's going, but there's not really much you can do about that. But there was a sense of you staying in your corner. And I saw you like in a boxing ring. And it's like, don't you go out there fighting before the bell rings. There is no reason for you to have to put out all of this effort and energy to fight all of these people who are fighting each other, when if you just stay in your corner and watch it like you do, because I feel like you're absolutely someone who walks into the room and you're like the undercover agent. You're like, yep, I know that. Okay, I got that person, got to read on that person, got to read on that person. And before you even engage, continue to do that in this situation, because there's a sense of if you wait in your corner and you just wait for the bell, fuck, by the time that bell rings, they're going to have eaten each other alive anyways. So there's nothing to deal with. So I just feel like for you, it's almost like sense of maintain your course. You have so much power, but you don't have to utilize it all that often, because the people around you are going to do their own thing and you're not even going to have to step in. So, but I also want to tell you on the same, okay, thank you, Laureli. On that same note, actually on the flip, don't be afraid to step out of the shadows, because I do feel like your voice is absolutely needed in your community of friends and family. Your voice is the voice that is missing. It's like everyone's echoing the same thing. And then you're over here in the corner with this little inner wisdom and you're not speaking it. And I just want to encourage you, step out of the shadows. When the time is right, you will know it. It's not going to be, oh my God, I have to say something. It's going to be, I have to say something. And so I just want to encourage you to step out of the shadows when you're called to, because the weight of your words is powerful.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amanda. And Mary's going to introduce herself again too, because she's going to take off soon. I'll put her information in the chat as well. All the people on the East Coast and things like that. Further east. Yeah, Mary, go ahead.
Hi. Thank you. And it's been fun to be here tonight. I'm Mary Gleason. You can reach me at Mary Gleason. Pardon? Oh, marygleasonconsulting.com. And I love to work with people on their readings, on hypnotherapy, which can help really engage a lot of generational trauma and all of those things. And when I'm back in the summer, I hope to join in some more of the MeWe fairs. It's nice seeing so many familiar faces, even Susy.
Little rivalry showing up again here.
And if you do, for attending tonight, if you would like a reading and you go to my website and you schedule an intuitive reading, use the discount code half off, and it will be just $90 for a 1 hour reading. And right before I log off here, I'm just going to put that reference, Anita Morjani, in the chat.
Great,
Thank you.
thanks so much. Thanks so much, Mary. It was great having you back with us again. Look forward to having you join in the summer. All right, Tammy and then Susy to share with Tarsha our.
Excuse me. The first thing I heard was stay out of the drama as much as possible. It's not necessary for you to engage. And so it backs on what Amanda was saying. The other things I had came through were to use your power to stay solid, firm, and calm. As you stay calm, the drama, you'll calm the drama as much as possible. So just like Amanda was saying, stay in your power. The other thing that came through was to call on Archangel Azrael to help your grandma naturally transition in the appropriate time into whatever state she needs to be in here on earth or other, whatever is right for her soul. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Tammy. Susy's next.
And Tarsha, I got one thing. Everybody has said all amazing things. The only thing I can add is to wrap your grandmother in love, whether it's a pink blanket, pink light, whatever. Azrael's the angel of transitions and transformations. He will sit with her, but wrap her up in love, and she will go as she needs to, and she knows that she is loved. Many blessings.
And Michelle is next.
Yeah, so I just want to come back to comments. I agree with what everyone has said so far. I felt those things as well. As far as your mom having some sort of input in what your grandma's going through, she just wants on the physical plane. I mean, they have their own stuff to figure out on a soul level, but on the physical plane, your mom just wants her to be as comfortable and peaceful as possible. And she wants to assist like a smooth transition, because she feels like, oh, she deserves that. And she's been through so much and the lineage has been through so much. And we just need like something chill and something peaceful. And we can finally end on a neutral note. It doesn't have to be overly of any one thing. So if she has anything to say as far as that, it seems like she just wants to, you as well, she wants everyone to help grandma to just like peacefully leave and help her to make her decision, because she's going to make it regardless, and help her to be as comfortable and happy as possible, and whatever type of closures she needs or affirmations she needs, kind of be that support. But yeah, your mom can kind of see everything with a bird's eye view of what's going on. And I do agree, someone said that she's like standing in front of the doctors with her hands open like that. She's definitely very protective of your grandma, regardless of their issues together. So yeah, I agree with what everyone has said, and I just had to throw my last 2 cents. That was what came up for me too. And I agree as well that you are very powerful, and you know a lot more than you think you do or give yourself credit for. So yeah, a good job, and thank you for coming here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Maybe and Tarsha, one of your strengths is your playfulness. And so remember when, and Amanda's got a little bit more to share too, and Anita, when things come up, remember your playfulness. So play and dodge and dance with whatever shows up and the other people around you, whatever is moving through, to play with it. You'll be in your strength. All right, we've got Anita, and then Amanda's got a little bit more. Go ahead, Anita.
Yes, so I had to say goodbye both to my dad and to my husband, as I said in the introduction, and it taught me some lessons about saying goodbye to people. I was at my husband's deathbed and it wasn't fun. But what I did was, and I believe it helped a lot. And I do believe it helps people who is going to die or who is going to stay for a while. I watched like near-death experiences. I literally brainwashed myself, like what people experience there. And I heard many times all over and over again, when people pray for you, from the other side, what it looks like, it's like a column of energy. Like prayers are noticed in the afterlife and in the kingdom of heavens. And when you do prayers, or like even a prayer chain, or if you go to church, or if you have a prayer circle, it helps with the transitioning tremendously, and with the healing as well. Either way, prayers, you are very powerful. So are your prayers. Help her, please.
Thank you, Anita. And Amanda's got a bit more. Go ahead.
Yeah, I keep hearing it, and Spirit has this thing like if they say it 3 times and I have to say it, and so I heard it twice. I'm like, okay, fine, don't say it again. I want to tell you, Tarsha, I feel like your mom is commenting on how beautiful you are, and I'm not getting the sense that this is just a physical beauty, because on top of, oh my God, you are so beautiful, it is you clean up real nice, and you clean up real nice to me feels like you have, in a sense, turned yourself and recreated yourself, like turned your life around, recreated yourself. And like what some people saw, and probably what a lot of people in your early life saw, was a lump of coal. You have cleaned that up, and you have taken that pressure, and you have now cleaned yourself up real nice, where you are sitting in a much better position. I don't know if this means financially or whatever. I don't really care about the 3D stuff all that much, but it feels like at a soul level, like you have cleaned yourself up from a lot of this shit that you held on to, and that you were and expressed in your younger years. So I feel like your mom, I just keep hearing, she cleans up real nice, doesn't she? So just know that there's this acknowledgement from your mom that she is absolutely, as do all of us, when we cross over, we're going to be aware of all of our loved ones in the rest of their lifetimes. So she has absolutely been following and watching the hard work that you've put in to recreating yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I think you're physically beautiful as well. Your container is really pretty. Thanks, Tarsha.
Well, thank you so much, Tarsha. Thank you so much for coming up and playing with us and
Thank
letting
you.
us
It was
support
not,
you.
when I first saw this, I was like, okay, I gotta put this on my calendar. I said, if I don't even get a chance to ask a question, I at least will listen to others. Like, I like listening to what other people asking the answers and stuff. So I attend a lot of the MeWe fairs. Maybe I get a chance to attend one in person. As of right now, we'll just jump on the Zooms.
Well, great. We're so glad. I'm so glad that you got to jump up on stage and play with us. In addition to coming to so many. Thank you.
Yes, thank y'all. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, next we've got Jay Rivera. You were just here a moment ago. Oh, there you are. Okay, great.
Hi, how are you? I actually wasn't gonna ask a question, but then I don't believe in coincidences, and I decided I'd ask one for my daughter. So my daughter recently, she doesn't live with me. She's 23, going on 24. Had a dream paralysis experience, and during her dream paralysis, she dreamt with her. She didn't see her cat Leo, but she could hear his little bell, and him kind of around her. And so I was just wondering if there's any message that for my daughter Madison at all, from Leo. And let me see if I can share a picture. I hope this works.
And actually, maybe hold on a moment, because Tammy said she'd be right back. And I think Tammy's the one that wants to see the photo. So
Okay.
unless anyone else wants to see the photo, let's wait until she's back. Okay. Oh, Tammy's here. I'll make you a co-host. So if you want, you can share the photo. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, so if you want, you can share your screen, or if you can upload it in chat, it's up to you.
Okay.
Okay, you're
thank
putting in
you.
chat. Okay, great. And I wanted to check in if anyone has any questions about that she's asking for her daughter and her daughter's experience with the dream and her cat. And so if anyone had any questions about that, go ahead. So your daughter had a dream where she was dream paralysis. She was paralyzed, like she woke in the dream and paralyzed, and her cat.
But
could
she
hear her
knew
cat.
she was, yeah, she knew she was asleep, but she said she felt like something crawling, and she heard the little bell. She's like, "Oh, I know who this is," you know, and she knew it was Leo. And you know, for us, he had a short life, but we always thought he was like an angel because he
he's
came in, you know, at the right time, and
He totally
in
feels
her
like such
life.
a gentle protector of her. Like I was thinking that he was still here on this plane, but such a gentle protector, and the energy of his care and looking out for her, all that just comes through the photo so strongly. Oh, I see. It's just sent to me. Okay, so not everyone can see it. Let me goodness, let me copy it, and then I'll. Is it okay if I send it to everyone?
Sure.
Okay, that everyone can see it now. In a moment, my internet is slow. Oh yeah, dear sweet cat. Okay, I think it went through now. All right, and Amanda's got a message to share. Let's get you unmuted, Amanda.
You know, what's so amazing is when Anissa's cat came through, or when I was listening to her ask the question, I was seeing a cat that looked like the cat that you just showed a picture of. So I was like, oh, this must be Anissa's cat, because I was seeing gray and white. But then I was like, but where's the stripey? So this is the beauty of spirit, how there, like you said, there are no coincidences, and energies will kind of flock together, much like they do here. So I have less to say about that beautiful cat, although I totally agree with Laureli, because I was like, wait, this cat's energy feels very similar to Anissa's cat that was like, we have a soul contract, so to speak, like we have a relationship that's going to keep going. But I cannot stop asking. I just have to ask, is your daughter pregnant?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm going to sit with that. I had to ask that to find out if it was her. Do you know if she recently lost or terminated a pregnancy?
No, because she just stopped she got out of a relationship recently, just broke up with her girlfriend. So yeah, I don't think, yeah.
They didn't make a baby together, but that doesn't mean that she can't ever get pregnant. So, okay. So then I'm going to sit with that for a minute to see what comes through and if it is for her. But when you were talking, I was like, oh my gosh, where's the baby? Who's the baby with? So I'm going to let others answer if there's other people, and then I'm going to sit with that a little bit.
Okay, great. Thanks, Amanda. See who else is ready.
She loves babies, though. I will say that.
I just think Amanda's, yeah, there's something about baby energy that's coming through. So
she's like a baby whisperer. So maybe that's what you're catching. Yeah.
All right, Anita is ready. Go ahead, Anita.
Yeah, so I don't know if your expectations are to connect with the cat, or because I am a notorious dreamer and also I'm a cat person. So I can tell you a lot about this dream. Well, is that okay? Or would you like to know more about the cat?
Either way, you know, so if anything, if that dream, I'd like to think that, because we had this conversation today, you know, and I told her, you know, this is before I even said I was coming here. And so then I just come in for fun because I love what you guys do. And then I'm like, oh wow, there's like all these animal you know, people that can talk to animals. And we talked about earlier today about her dream and Leo, and she's been sad. So I know that that's part of it, and that's why she probably dreamt with him.
So cats, the funny thing,
just a very little example. Before I met my husband, in my dream, I had a white cat in my dream. And at that time, I didn't have a white cat, but now I have. He bought that cat for me. So cats are very significant in dreams. They express your feminine side, your femininity.
Mm-hmm.
And also, well, it makes sense because of, you just said that she broke up. So that's kind of can affect her feminine side. And also, and I know it sounds symbolic, but the cat in this situation, the cat would come to visit her because he used to be her cat. So, and by looking at him, he is he gave purpose to your daughter. Is somebody to take care of, but it was much more. It was more about a real purpose in life, like somebody to love. And I think I strongly feel that if I can say this, even before she had this relationship, she was heartbroken.
You're right. You're yes.
And the cat gave her healing. And the cat is in her life is going to be always, he's going to show up always when she feels heartbroken, because that was the first person why she got him. And it wasn't a conscious decision like, okay, I'm heartbroken, I need a cat. It just came on its own, and they're going to be forever friends.
Wow. Yeah, because he died a long time ago, like a couple of years ago back. And so, and we got her the cat because Madison has been through a lot of trauma in her life. And she needed something to love, something to distract her. And then he came, and then, she mentioned baby. She treated him like he was a baby. Like
Yeah.
we had signs everywhere of what we could do and not do, as if he was such an actual child. But he was very special cat. Just what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah, he wasn't just a cat like, okay, let's have a kitty. He was her purpose to change the course of her life. The cat is telling me by looking at him. And I see that.
Wow.
And he always going to show up where there is a change in her life to show support. So this is going to be like a rhythm for the future, because they have a connection way much deeper than just a cat and human relationship.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Anita. We've got Amanda next, and then more people to respond to Jay Rivera.
I just want to say a couple little things that were coming through. One, your daughter must have some pretty decent energetic boundaries, because I don't feel like I have permission to read her energy. I don't come across that very often, because if I'm going to look into somebody's energy who's not in front of me asking, I ask their higher self, and I don't feel like I have permission to look into her energy. So that's really curious. But I do want to offer her a message, through you, about the connection that she does have with this cat, because from what I have heard from firsthand experiences, I've never experienced sleep paralysis before, but from what I've heard from other people, it's almost when your consciousness and your body are kind of out of sync, like if you're pulled out of the deep dream state when you're still astral projecting, and boom, you're in the body before the body actually is, you're fully connected. So there's this state of disconnect for a moment, which means that she was connecting with her cat. She has the ability to connect with this cat. I mean, we all do. We've already all said that, right? But I just want to encourage her that connection hasn't been lost, and that even in the astral planes, when she's dreaming, that she's also meeting with this cat. So I'm just really curious why it is that I'm not allowed to read her, because that always, I love anything that piques my curiosity. I'm like, oh, I want to meet her now. I want to find out why. But I wanted to offer that as just kind of an encouragement to her that she has been communicating with this cat, but she's just been in the astral planes and hasn't been remembering it. So this was almost a gift to her to be able to see that she still has this connection.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, Tammy.
Hi.
All right. So I felt a really useful energy for your daughter. So I thought she was like a young child at first. But then you were saying she was older. I feel like she's useful in her abilities. I feel like the cat was saying thank you. I heard thank you for helping her and to continue to support her, to help her build her abilities, and that she's like useful in working into her abilities, like what we all do here, mediumship and communication, and just everything, to just continue to support her in that, to thank you for that, and to continue to support her in that. And as she grows, because she will have some growing pains through that, it feels like the cat believes anyway, and that it feels like I also agree with that the cat will, be there to assist her, but can also be there in more of a tangible way, come back as like her familiar, and work together to do whatever it is they're going to do in this world, something big. Thank you.
Yeah, she is. She works with autistic kids, but it's taken a toll on her. So she's now looking for something a little different because it's a very difficult job, and so I think that's has her down too. Just a lot of
Maybe
things.
like
She's young. Yeah.
some
Yeah.
energy work, or things like that. Maybe try to help guide her in some area that I don't know how much she knows about this world that we live in, that we love, but maybe to help give her a little guidance, and to talk to her kitty, and to decide where she wants to go, because that's her choice too. But she feels like she's just really young in her growth in this area, and that she'll just grow and expand and flower. I hear flower. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Anyone have anything else? Yeah, and I'll just circle back to, I just wonder, it says something about her job or something about wanting to have children, maybe at the heart of how she broke up with her last partner. So I just feel like a linkage of something in there too. Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Following her journey. All right. Thank you so much for jumping in and asking a question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We've got one more question. I'm not trying to pronounce your name. Gina, are you ready? Let's get you unmuted. Hi, I can't hear you yet. You have to tap your screen. Hi. Yeah, we can hear
Hi.
you. Hi, thanks so much. It sounds like this is your first Zoom meeting that you're sharing with us.
Yeah. I'm so discombobulated with all this stuff.
Yeah, thank you
Like,
so
I
much
don't
for
know.
navigating. Yeah. Well, we're here with you. So let's be here together as people. So yeah, what is your question for us?
So, basically, I have a question about if I'm supposed to, am I on the right path? I went through the whole Dark Night of the Soul thing. It was a nightmare. I mean, I learned a lot from it, but it was horrifying, really. And so I want to know if I'm, I feel like I'm supposed to be on a spiritual path, like because every other avenue gets cut off pretty much. So that's really the only one that hasn't, you know. So, I mean, I must be headed the right way. I mean, intuitively speaking, it's common sense as well. But like, I need to know what my next steps should be. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm kind of feeling my way in the dark a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting tingles all over just the upper half of my body as you're sharing. Yeah, deeply
Yeah.
appreciate that you're here. All right, Amanda's ready to go.
How do you pronounce your first name?
My name is Shannon, but my middle name is Agina.
Okay. Which do you like to go by?
I'll go by Agina here.
Okay, Gina. You have some, you've dealt with a lot of dense energy. So when you said dark night of the soul, fuck yeah, it was more than a night. And I really want to encourage you that addressing your mental health, addressing all of this emotional baggage that has been like you've been having to drag around for a really long time is your path, is your journey, is your spiritual path. I think as humans, we want to say, oh, okay, well, I must have come down here to do something specific. And I just got to get like a one-way ticket to that one thing. And from my experience, that is not at all what our path is. Our path is how we walk out our human experience. So we're always on our path. So I want to encourage you with that, because there is no falling off of the path. There is no, I can't find it. You are on it. You may not be experiencing all that you came to experience yet, but that is still there as options for you. But I just really wanted to address the heaviness that I feel with you, and sit and say, I see you and I feel that. And I acknowledge that you have done a lot of work, and there still seems to be like, oh my God, I've done all of this work. Why is this monkey still on my back? And so does that resonate with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely.
Sometimes I have a tendency to start channeling, and then I'm like, oh shit, I should probably ask if this is for you. But I don't think that there's any doubt about that. And so I just really want to encourage you that you don't have to step away from your human experience to go after your spiritual path. They're all the same. And so continuing to get to the root causes and the root energy of the healings that need to take place in you, that is spiritual work. And I can attest to it, at least in the way that my spiritual journey has evolved. It started with me not even seeking out a spiritual journey. It was me, I got to get rid of all of this trauma because I can't do this anymore. And that is what then allowed me to open up to the world of spirit in the way that I do now. Now, that's not going to be everybody's journey, but I think the lesson of us dealing with the things that we experience in the human condition is part of our spiritual path. So I just want to keep telling you that you don't have to keep looking for it. It's more of being a state of receptivity, because we don't have to go out and like a search party to find our path. If we sit in allowance with the world of spirit, trusting that our higher self is in control, it's like the world revolves around us so that we are constantly walking on the path, and so that things are coming towards us. You don't have to work so hard to find out what your next step in spirituality is. It's going to show itself as long as you're open to seeing it.
Great, thanks, Amanda. And in line, we now have Susy and then Anita. Go ahead, Susy.
Hey, Gina, thank you for sharing. It takes some vulnerability to say that you have been through hell and back. What I see is that there is that your next step. What is that? Like, I really love what Amanda was saying. We don't have to go and find our path. You have a path in front of you. And the word redemption came to mind. This is part of your path, is to work on redemption, reclaiming yourself. One of the things I encourage folks to do is to reclaim your power, whether that looks like you're up on some sort of iron throne or something, but you're sitting there in a place of power, looking at the situation or the item or the person in front of you. And you are, oh, look, I can actually fit in screen. What a concept. This is you and this is that item. And you say, here's the power. And you search for those places in your body that you feel somebody else's energy, something else's energy in, and you can remove that. I tend to just like scoop it off of me and I say, this is yours. This is not mine. And give me back my power. And there is a filter that happens in between them so that they get their energy back. You reclaim your energy from them and it goes through this filter so that it is clean and clear and unencumbered with all of that junk they left on it. And you replace it. And then you can become more complete unto yourself. You are reclaiming yourself. You are redeeming yourself from all of this stuff. I'm not going to blow sunshine up any part of your body and say, oh yeah, it's all going to happen. This is a process. You have signed on for this and you are doing an amazing job. To sit here and say, I've been through it. Now what? You reclaim. You got to clean up and integrate it. There's some guilt and a lot of anger to be released. That's what that reclamation ritual can be. You know, I'm angry at you. Here's your anger. Poof, take it back. I got mine. Okay. Were you here earlier when I talked about clearing and filling and protecting? No worries. I can say it quickly. Envision just this wave of light coming through you and clearing out more stuff. So if you have that sense of deserving, you're waiting to reclaim, you can reclaim that sense. I deserve to have a perfect life. I deserve to have a good life. I deserve to be able to release this stuff that is holding me back. That clears out and goes into Mother Earth. She's the master composter. She can take all of the junk you have, all of the garbage you're releasing. Continuing the light energy to stream through you will fill it all in. I'm seeing you've got some more gaps in your energy. So as you're clearing and then filling in, then you can surround yourself with source light to protect you so that this stuff doesn't come back at you. Did I say that clearly enough for you, for everybody? Okay. So you got to clear, because if you set up protection around you, then you're rolling around with a bunch of junk in there, in your protection ball. I call it the hamster ball of God. So you want to make sure your energy is clear and you're filled in with source, and nothing will stick to you. It will just move on. Be ready to let it go. I love to overthink. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. I used to love to overthink. Thank you, Laureli, for having an impact on me. But I used to love to overthink, and now I can look at it and go, that no longer serves me. So I don't have to tug of war with anything anymore, with a lot of stuff anymore. So don't worry about it. You are loved and you are protected and you deserve to heal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. We've got Anita, then Tammy, then Michelle.
So, hello, Ajana. So what I feel about you is this. I feel like you have got this beautiful life force that you turn completely against yourself. So
you're probably right.
we have our life chi, the life energy, and it's constantly flowing through and to us. And it is up to us what we do with it. And it's a hard concept to understand, but this is the reality. And if you don't know what to do with this life force, you turn it against yourself. Like self-destruction, not wanting to live. You are looking for your freedom and to be how you can be you, but you don't have to die to be free. You can be free while living. And also I can see that spirituality saved your life. And that's why you think that this is what you should do as a core, as something for your future, because that saves you each time. Is it correct so far?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I heal people. I'm empathic, and I feel like I'm a natural healer, and
Physical, yeah, energy healer.
yeah.
And because you don't, yeah, go on. I'm listening.
And that's kind of what, I don't know, that gives me purpose. If I don't have purpose, then I don't have a reason to be here. Does that make sense?
Of course,
no.
yeah. You can be still free and live in this life. I can guarantee you. You don't die, okay? You don't kill yourself, because that's against God's will. And so anyways, you have got this healing energy that you turn completely against yourself. And because you are powerful, you can absolutely destruct. You have a self-destructive person because of your abilities. And this is something that you have to take care of. You need to learn how you can maintain your health and your soul energy. But it doesn't mean for now that you have to do it for a living. First, you learn who you are. Like, what the fuck is this? Because that's how I started, like, what the heck? And then you take time and you learn, but in the meantime, we have to live our lives, and the life you live will give you the material to work with.
Mm-hmm.
You look at life as your practice ground, as your field of practicing what you have, but you need to learn about yourself and about your gifts.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead, Gina, you can share.
I agree. I believe. I mean, I am learning. It's just, it's this whole thing's been a process. I feel like before I went through the whole dark night of the soul thing, I feel like I don't know what I was aware of. I mean, it was kind of ridiculous, really, that I'm a Pisces, so I feel like sometimes I'm completely delusional.
Mm.
You know, like
Well,
I'm in la la land about the world or something. I don't know.
we get to a new horizon and we see very differently than we could see before we were there. Right, everyone.
That's true.
So we've got Tammy and Michelle. Go ahead, Tammy.
Hey, Gina.
Hi.
I just wanted to start off saying I see you and I acknowledge what you've been through, and I acknowledge what the other practitioners have said. And first thing that came through was have confidence to build your confidence. Just I see you, with your shoulders back, your head high, your sword in front of you. I've got this, and then to step into your power, take those physical steps, just one small step at a time, and to feel your empowerment, and to trust, reiterate what Amanda said, to trust. And then I heard confidence, 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 and to journal. To journal, what does my soul want me to know? Like each morning, what does my soul want me to know? And then follow the threads, follow, what do you want to learn? What learn to love life again, what do I love to do? What do I want to do? What really sparks me? What sparks my joy? What, brings some fun into your life. Don't do it just to do it. I mean, well, you can start off that way. It's hard. You've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, too, came through that but physically take that one step at a time. Small steps lead to big things. So journal, what does my soul want me to know today? Or, pull cards. I don't know if you're into oracle cards or something, but that's a nice way to journal or to ask that question. What is good for me right today? What do I need to know today about my journey? What do I need, and then journal. It feels like you probably don't want to journal, but it might be good for you.
So yeah, journaling's not bad. I just feel like, I don't know, everything I write down I seem to lose or something, so it's irritating, it doesn't probably make a whole lot of sense to you, but
I was
yeah,
going to say
I lose.
Expressing makes sense. It doesn't matter if you write it in words. It doesn't matter if you keep it. It's expressing it and having it come through you. That is the most important things. You could
Sense
dance.
to me too, because I have like 50 journals, and I feel like I've lost there. It's like, where was that? If I do ever think about something, want to go back, it feels like it's lost, but it's like Laureli said, it's not lost. It's getting it out of you and smiling like you are right now. Smile more, have fun, bring some joy into your life.
I'm going to say
I need to.
they're particularly expressing because in your eyes, I see a lot of body movement. So that's why it seems like movement is going to be the way. So like if you were going to put something on paper, like finger paint is probably better than writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like art a lot. I do art therapy a lot. It
Great.
does help.
Great. All right. We've got Michelle. Yeah, Michelle and then Anita.
Yeah, so I agree a lot with what Tammy was saying, Agina. So yeah, the first thing that came up for me when you first spoke is you already know your purpose and you are in your own way, and like certain things that have transpired in your life has kind of unconsciously put you in your own way because you've had to defend yourself, you've had to like retrack and like come back to square one, and you have to like transform all of these different parts of your life. So it makes sense how it could happen like that, but yeah, you know your power and you know your purpose, but it's hidden underneath all of these different things. Trauma, other people's thoughts and feelings, generational things, self-doubt, and different how do you call that? Different just different programmings that maybe haven't fully unraveled yet. But I really feel like you know exactly who you are and what you're here to do or what you would like to do. But it's so easy for things to get like kind of trapped in this like whirlwind in the like different spiritual plane, or you convince yourself, you gaslight yourself and say, oh, I don't know anything. And it can happen when we are going through so much and we just want to throw in the towel. But even by you coming here and wanting to ask a question is you trying to take responsibility and really move forward. So yeah, it seems like things are finally moving, but definitely the confidence piece, I heard that clearly. Just finding ways to re-spark that confidence can really help you move forward. And from there, things will be able to fall into place and make more sense. But if we are kind of stopping ourselves as soon as we start trying, that creates this just imbalance that can't really go anywhere. So it's kind of have to put the apathy and the like pain body to the side. I even like to see it as like your inner child is speaking and they want attention. You give them attention and acknowledgement, but you do not like stop your whole life and kind of cancel out all these important modalities just because of a feeling. We want to kind of like say to the inner child, like, I see you and hear you, and this is very important, but I need to tend to this because I'm still in a body. I'm still here, and that means I'm still needed. And I need to use my energy and my body for the greater good, as well as for my healing and my higher self healing. So, yeah, I feel like you are powerful and you know who you are, but it's a little covered in all these different masks and different like traumas. But it doesn't take much, similar to what Susy was saying, like cleansing ourselves and removing certain things from our energy body, which I'm sure you're pretty good at. So yeah, just beginning that process and stop kind of gaslighting yourself. Yeah. It definitely stopped those some sort of, I don't know, like relatives or someone was just very negative to you, or just negative people in general, maybe like framing that and saying like, this is that person, it isn't me. So I would do that by journaling, like, this is what so and so would say, and that's actually not how I feel. How I feel is on the other side, blank blank, you know. So really like clarifying who you actually are and who these other people, you've been living out their agendas, but it's not really you, you know. So kind of taking ourselves out of that mind space and, you know, breaking free of those, I guess. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes. Thank you, Michelle. All right. And
Thank you.
Anita's next. Go ahead. Anita has a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm so feeling for you, and I'm so sorry you have to go through this. And I tell you what, last year when my husband died, you have no idea what I went through. The darkest crevices of my soul. I had to find a way out. And I'm feeling for you. And the only thing, I always thought, you know, when we are grieving, like, I have to make big decisions. And when you are in the dark place, so that the big decision is going to bring me out of here. And do you know what brought me out of the darkness? The small decisions. Like, I always wanted to do readings for people as a profession. And just by finding actually what Michelle said, like, you found your gift, that's massive. That's absolutely huge to know who you are. Some people spend their lifetimes searching for this, what you have. But for now, just the little decisions will make a big turn in your life. Like, I wrote to Laureli, like, if I could join these sessions and the training sessions. And that was a small decisions that profoundly changed my life. And always don't stress yourself like, oh my God, I have to make big decisions and how I'm gonna do healing and this and that. No. Every day, a little step. Or like, ask Laureli if you want to join us and you have a support group here, or if you want to join another support group or any group where you feel supported and loved and accepted of who you are. But what you're going through, to know, to actually realize, like, you have a gift that is huge and you should celebrate it.
I try to. I mean, I know that I'm supposed to be doing, you know, something that I know that I'm supposed to be doing something. I guess that is confidence, really. It has a lot to do with it, I guess.
Confidence, but the confidence comes from the step of starting to get the knowledge, and then your confidence will come with it. Like, confidence comes from like a little kid. When if I ask you to do your shoelaces, you would do like that, because we are grown up, we know how to do it. But the 3-year-old wouldn't know. Like,
Right.
they would just stand there. And we have got the confidence because we know how to do it. So confidence comes from practicing. Practical steps, little by little. Like a little kid is a very simple thing, but for a 3-year-old is a massive thing. This is the same in life. Confidence built up from actually doing it a little bit at a time. It took me one email to Laureli to sign up to these events. One email. And it's saving my life. It is as simple as that. Get busy, giddy up. And it will make you smile because you can do it. You will realize, and that's how your confidence is going to build. You're beating yourself up right now, but
Instead of beating yourself up, it's an energy movement. Again, your chi, you turn it against yourself. Instead of beating yourself up, look around who you can ask for help or where you can go and work or what can you do. Okay, that chi energy is beautiful. Don't destroy yourself with it. Okay.
Have you got on a Zoom call? You got up on the panel, right? We had some messages back and forth. You used chat. You figured all that out. You totally seem like if you had been in a safe place as a kid, when you were watching the older kids on the tricycles, as soon as one of them got off the tricycle, you would have run over and somehow clobbered on the, just climbed on the tricycle and taken off riding. Like that's who you are. And so you're getting back in touch with that energy and that trust of yourself in this new context. But that's who you are. You can jump on the tricycle and ride, even though no one taught you. You know how.
That helps. I mean, at least I know I'm not insane.
Oh, you're welcome to the club.
Right, we're all little crazy in a really good way. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for jumping in and joining us. We do have events called practice circles where a couple of us, 2 or 3 or 4 of us support people to do practice sessions on each other. So other people that are opening to their gifts and sharing with each other. So you're totally welcome to join those. Coming to these events is a great way to practice also because you can see what comes through you as people ask questions. And so you can get confirmation that we're all touching into the same things. So yeah, so fill out the feedback form if you see that in the chat. And yeah, we'd love to get you on the email list and share more events with you and have you come to things.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Gina, I just wanted to say I sent you a message just in case you don't see it.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, you gotta go look at chat. There might be a bunch of stuff I posted after that, so you gotta go up and look.
And celebrate your gift. It's huge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sweet. All
Blessed
right.
be.
Well, thank you. This has been a wild, adventurous panel with mediumship and spiritualists sharing messages from the deceased and all the other kinds of things that we answer questions about. We had a couple of practitioners already leave us. We had Mary Gleason doing energy and tarot readings and mediumship, and we had Joanna take off doing mediumship and tarot readings. I'm going to put everyone's information in the chat again too. And then practitioners that are still here, I'll make sure everybody's muted. Practitioners that are still here, please go ahead, and we'd like to hear from you again and share who you are and what you do and how people can reach you on the web. Hello, Michelle, you open to going first, and then we'll wind our way around.
Yes, so I'm Michelle. I offer remotes as well as in person at certain events, readings for connecting with loved ones, ancestors, angels, animals, and yeah, my Instagram, you can book with me, book appointments through Schedulicity. And yeah, so Lacerina Michelle Creations at Instagram. Very soon it will be on the LacerinaMichelle.com websites, but otherwise, just by contacting me on Instagram, we can set an appointment, either remote if you're not in the West Coast or Pacific area. And and I'm glad to participate today. And I do have a $10 off of any first session that you book with me. So
thanks so much. And just going around, we've got then Tammy, Susy, Amanda, and Anita. Tammy.
Okay. So I provide messages and healing and guidance to help you live an empowered life. So I'm TammyJoyful.com. and Tammy Joyful on social media. And the special that I have is $66 for an hour session, 40% off. And I'm offering classes on introduction to animal communication and also one-on-one sessions with for animal communication, learning animal communication, and also other modalities. So I'd be glad to have fun with you. I want to bring humor and fun into My life and yours. It was much fun being here today. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thanks, Tammy. Susie.
I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing, and I'm a channel who brings source through in whatever way is relatable to you, whether it's talking to ancestors or spirit guides or looking at past lives. I truly enjoy the depth of conversation we get at these events. It makes me so happy and reminds me that we are part of a community that is thriving and growing in so many ways. My website is bluelightninghealing.com. You can reach me at Susy, SUSY, at bluelightninghealing.com. I'm on Facebook as Blue Lightning Healing. I'm on Instagram as Blue Lightning Healing. I am, if nothing else, consistent in my name. I love you all. I'm so grateful you all have provided us with such amazing opportunities to spread the love. So I'll see y'all later.
Thanks, Susie. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gail. I'm a multidimensional healer, soul guide, and holistic medium was a new term that someone referred to me by. And I was like, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So my passion in this world, however it is that I express that, is absolutely to meet each other at a soul to soul level. Because once you've met yourself, you want to see yourself reflected in everybody else as well. And so I offer one-on-one sessions. I do small and large group sessions. I also do demonstration style sessions, so very large audiences. And I love working with groups. I love the one-on-one and I love the groups. There's just such a different energy to both of them. So these types of opportunities to be able to speak to groups of people of all practices and modalities is amazing, because there's so much that we as practitioners learn when you ask your questions, because then we're given the opportunity to channel that information. And for sometimes when it comes through, it's the first time that I've ever heard it, or I'm being taught and educated at the same time as I'm answering your questions. So I can't do what I love to do without people asking. So you can find me at mediumamandagail.com, and the same as Susie, I'm Medium Amanda Gail on the socials as well, because let's keep it simple. And I just wanted to highlight that the Linwood MeWe Fair is happening this weekend, and I am having an event that is a separate ticket price from the fair. That is Saturday night from 7:30 to 9:30-ish, depends on how deep we want to go that night. So if you're interested in working a little bit more with me, tapping into your own gifts in a group environment, there's something about when two or more are gathered, the energy is just stronger and a little easier for us to tap into. And so the ticket cost right now is $40 for that event. But if you go to the Eventbrite and type in the code word Peacock, all lowercase, that'll give you $10 off. And I also want to say, I don't like currency to get in the way of people's healing. So if any of that amount is the only thing that's keeping you from going, forget the money. Your energy exchange will be just like I said, because we learn from each other. And so just approach me and we'll make sure that you get in.
Great, thank you. And you can see Susie, Amanda, and me all at the MeWe Fair in Linwood this weekend. And Anita.
Yeah, hi everyone. So as I said at the introduction, I've got this gift, and what I like to do is connect one-on-one, because people don't talk to each other nowadays, and we get very little support. I don't mean the support like on the superficial level. I mean soul support, and I believe I can establish a strong connection with a person, and I can imagine like a reading where we kind of see what comes in and refine it. And I have the life experience of living. This is my third country where I live, and I am a notorious restarter. So I have got a life experience of toolbox in my little pocket to help. and firsthand experience. So what I do, I give you my phone number is 503-826-6946. And I would charge a little money, like $15 for like half an hour. And I don't limit my time. I am here to help and somebody to talk to. And this is me. So.
Thanks so much, Anita. I put everyone's information in the chat again too. And I'm putting in again the feedback form. If you're willing to share your feedback with us today, we'd love to hear. And if you share your email address, we'll put you into a drawing for a free 30-minute session with one of us of your choice. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader, body psychology coach, and matchmaker. I read your eyes, read your soul, and answer questions about your soul path, and your soulmates. You can find out more about me at intuitiveeyereading.com or matchmakingsoulmates.com. And you can learn more about all of our events happening at MeWe Fairs at mewefairs.com. Coming up, we have the Linwood Fair next weekend, March 18 and 19. And then after that, we have March 25 and 26. We're in Portland. We have 101 booths in Linwood at the moment. We have like 70, I don't know how many, 5 in Portland at the moment. And we'll be in Eugene again in May. And we just started to announce the tentative dates for the rest of the summer and the fall. And online, we continue to have lots of events. We have a pranic healing event scheduled with Shraddha on Wednesday. That'll be online. And then, yeah, so these are all the online events. Wednesday, March 29, we'll be back doing online events where Start Grow Your Intuitive Business, mentoring and coaching drop-in with Lisa and myself. Thursday, March 30, we have a panel on imbuing with energy and magic. Saturday, April 1, we have our online fair. We have about 16 practitioners that are doing a short intuitive panel and then offering all kinds of talks, group readings, and healings and private sessions. And we've got tons more scheduled over the next months. If there's any event that you want to experience, any panel theme that you want, please let us know. We will see about creating it. Thanks everyone so much for being on the panel and staying half an hour late today, and everyone for being here to be the field of the audience where we're all learning together and all taking all the different lessons. And so much, thank you so much everyone who asked questions today. And yeah, someone else writing, I'm not sure the message. Thank you everyone so very much. All right, let's get the recording off, and thank you everyone.